And hello, hello everyone. Konwiki, Konwiki. Let's never forget Konwiki. Good night, my beautiful people. Good night, my beautiful weebs. Good night, everyone that might be watching this live at this exact moment. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome to our closure, our moment of departing, the moment that I've vlogged for, the stream that was delayed by a month because of my problems. We are here to finally put an end to the fall season from 2022. It's time for us to finally say complete goodbye to last year, move on with our lives, forget all of the animes we just watched, act like none of them ever happened, forget about everything that we watched, forget the good stuff, forget the bad stuff, forget everything. Everything will turn into mid starting tonight. Of course, I'm joking about some of them, but surely some will, after seeing today, I will never remember they existed. Just letting this go. Just saying that. But yeah, hello guys, hello. Good night. So, what is going on today? I talked a lot, but I didn't say anything. Basically, I did this previously on Twitch, so maybe some people don't know. But if you go to my YouTube channel, you're gonna see that 4 months ago or something like that, 5 months probably now, we had a video where I titled "Searching for the Worst Anime of the Fall Season," something along those lines. Which was also one of the videos with most backlash I ever got in my life, but that's a little detail that does not matter. But yeah, that one was made live on Twitch, and after finishing those, after the season is over, I go back to that tier list we make in that live to reallocate stuff, to re-rank, to see, oh, I was right about this, I was wrong about that, and stuff like that. We did that already 2 times for 2 seasons, if I remember correctly. But now we are doing on YouTube, so that's why now you are seeing in a different way. That's why I'm here now. Previously, this probably would end up being a video, but I felt like being a stream on the YouTube channel made more sense overall. So yeah, let me just open this on my cell phone to make sure everything is fine, and we're gonna move on to the next setting. Let me just mute my phone, of course, because we know this is not a good thing. But yeah, okay. We're done. I can see the stream sounds okay. Everything should technically be fine. Let me hear myself. Yes, everything seems to be fine, and now we can move on. This one here, I believe is this one. Yes. This one here is the last thing we had for last season. The ending for fall season. This was the final result of our ranking for that thing. As we can see, I can tell already a lot of things that are not in the right places. I imagine some of you might also be able to tell some stuff here that is surely allocated in the wrong place. But don't need to worry, I will reallocate them to the proper place, at least for me. I made already, if you didn't watch, please go watch, but I made already a video being completely objective about all the best and worst animes of the year, which was the last video we uploaded to the channel. So for this thing here, for the ones that I watched, because obviously there is some stuff here that I didn't finish watching. I just watched it to make the season 5 minutes video. But for the ones that I finished watching, I will rank them entirely based on my personal opinion about the show. But for the ones that I didn't watch, I will go back to the spreadsheet and stuff like that to see how the general public reacted to this thing. But obviously for the ones that I know what I feel like about, we're gonna take care of that by myself. So yeah. Bot Mid Pepe left. Shh, yeah, about Bot. Don't talk about. You know, Thug. We are. You're already getting me in there, right? Yeah. So yeah, usually we start from the mid section. We go from down to up, all the way to best to see how the predictions went, and we're gonna do exactly that now. Starting off with this thing here. I am with Zoom for some reason, but whatever. That's okay. This thing here, for those that cannot tell, is the anime that was called Shinobi no Itoki. It was a story about this high school kid that almost got killed by ninjas and then discovered that his entire family was a big ninja family, that a rival ninja family wanted to kill them because supposedly someone in their clan killed their boss. Something like that. It was full of technological stuff and things along those lines. In my 5 minutes video, I joked about being the future of Boruto after Chakra was over and only technology remained. I watched 2 or 3 episodes of this. I think I watched 3 episodes of this. And I am no genius and no stuff like that, but I feel like I kind of nailed this one quite well. Because if we go back, I didn't finish watching, obviously. I just said I watched 3 episodes max. But if we go back here to my... Where is it? Let me show you guys this. If we go back to this little boy here. My reaction? Yes, here. This is the accursed spreadsheet from the worst and best animes of the year according to science. This is the accursed spreadsheet. And if you search for Shinobi no Itoki here, let me see. Shinobi no Itoki here. Shinobi no Itoki is down all the way here. I hope my head is not in the way. I think it's not. I will leave it all the way up there. But Shinobi no Itoki is right here in the middle. Right in the middle of the spreadsheet. In the 80 position. Well, actually, that's not in the middle. That's on the worst side. And the general score for this thing was -4. Which says something. It's not bold menacing. It's still 15 positions over Sabiro no Armor. So it's not that bad. But the main reaction for this thing was not exactly amazing. If you go to the drop rates, where is the drop rates? Mean score. Oh god. I'm getting lost in my own spreadsheet. Drop rate entries here. The total drop rate from Mao was 12%, which is not a lot. But the total score from Mao was also 6. This thing was a solid 6. So, not many people really thought much about this anime. The animation was pretty and basically just that. I cannot vouch for the story or anything. But it just didn't feel like it was anything really. It felt like it was haha funny ninja story and it didn't go somewhere after that. And I can tell by the final score that this thing got and just the final position that it had in the spreadsheet, that I was kind of right about where this thing would end, you know? I feel like Shinobi no Itoki is that anime that some people will remember after it ended because, oh yeah, that technology Shinobi anime. But in the end, I don't think it will be much more than that. It was not good, it was not bad, it was not trash. It was just, as the name suggests in the rank here, it was just meat. So I believe that Shinobi no Itoki is in the right place. We're gonna leave it here. For the next one is the Beast Tamer anime, which is basically the dude that got kicked off from the hero's party because he could only tame animals, and then he discovered that he can tame mythical beasts on form of waifus. That's the plot of this thing. It was cute. I watched only 1 episode, of course, to make the video. I didn't watch more than that, but the first episode was cute. It was okay. It was nothing absurd, but it was just nice, you know? Beast Tamer goat. I don't think it was a goat, Flavio, but it definitely was. Never watched. Freak you, Flavio. But yeah, it was not the best thing I watched during the season, but it was nice. It was decent, you know? It was cute. It was cute. I think I personally can remember this anime after it finished. Even though I didn't watch the entirety of this thing, I can tell, oh yeah, that anime. Yeah, that one definitely existed. I remember that. I feel like this one is on the good kind of side, the fine, you know, right in the fine area. Let's check just how the score for this thing was on the year overall to make sure. We go back here to show you guys. Let's see. Beast Tamer here. Oh yeah, it's way higher than Shinobi no Itoki. I feel like this one is on the positive scores. 0. It's scored with a 0. For those that don't understand the spreadsheet very much, a 0 is a nice score. A 0 basically says the anime was decent. With the amount of things that I have here to take off points, the 0 basically means, yeah, this anime was fine. It's okay to watch. So we're gonna go exactly with that. Let's leave it in the... Yeah, it was okay. It was fine. So the first change we're gonna do here, the final scoring. Let me watch chat. Oh god, here. The first thing we're gonna do is change. I keep going for the zoom. We're gonna change this one here. I believe this one deserves to be in the fine. Not really amazing by any standards, but it was decent. It was not bad by any means. I'm gonna leave it in the back here just so that we can reorganize everything, and then after that we really do reorganize stuff as this should be. Now for the next one. Bocchi. Yeah. Bocchi. I remember what I said when I rescored this thing after just reading the synopsis. I said, yeah, this show will probably be just a K-On! Wannabe with some cute girls and some kind of okay comedy probably and something like that. God, I never bit my tongue so hard in my entire life. Bocchi go all the way up here. I don't care what's over here. Bocchi will be over the best. I will leave Bocchi here because Bocchi, for me, Bocchi will be the top one of everything here. Bocchi was easily the best anime of the last season. Maybe the best anime of last year to me. Actually, yeah. It most likely was the best anime of the last year for me. And if you watch my video, you know that Bocchi was overall the second best anime of last year also. So yeah. Bocchi the GOAT. Bocchi was the GOAT, Flavio. You are absolutely right about that. Bocchi was the absolute GOAT of last year. It was a show that no one gave anything before it started, and after the first episode, everyone was watching this thing. Bocchi was the biggest sensation the last year had to offer to us. Not even the last season, the last year, the entire year. Bocchi was easily the GOAT of the year. And I honestly am sad that I imagined it to be so bad, but at the same time, I'm really happy that it got to break so much my own expectations like this. The animation was amazing, the comedy was amazing, the gags were amazing, the music was amazing, the parasocial relationship with Bocchi, because everyone at some point was like, oh yeah, she's just like me for real, was amazing. This is a personal opinion, but I still think that K-On! Is better than Bocchi. You can burn me on a stake because I said that. I still personally believe that K-On! Is better than Bocchi, but at the same time, I think both of them are equally amazing. I just think K-On! Is a little bit higher because it made me cry. So yeah, it still makes me cry. It kind of moves me a little bit more, you know. But Bocchi was probably one of the best comedies I watched in my life. So yeah, it says a lot already. If we are comparing only in the comedy side, Bocchi is the best one. If we are comparing everything overall, I think K-On! is the best one. But then again, K-On! had 2 seasons with a total of 36 episodes and no, even more. I think 40 episodes and a movie to build the characters. Bocchi had 12. So yeah, that's not a proper comparison. But Bocchi is amazing. That's the end point here is Bocchi is absolutely amazing, and I know everyone knows Bocchi is amazing at this point. Everyone in the otaku community knows very well how amazing Bocchi was. So yeah, this one was the big mistake we had at the moment. I know some other big mistakes that they're gonna have. Yeah, for the next one, we have... I couldn't tell you what this one was if I didn't watch it. This one is Ren'ai Flops. Ren'ai Flops was my GOAT of last season, if you're gonna call it like that. Because if you don't know, a little spoiler, but on my season in 5 minutes videos, I leave the last anime that I talk about to be the one that broke my expectations the most. Is the one that I watched and I thought, wait, this thing is actually nice. I am kind of enjoying this. And Ren'ai Flops was the one that did that for me. Even more than Bocchi on the side that I obviously love it, Bocchi way more than anything here. But Ren'ai Flops was the one that made me think about, wait, I am actually enjoying this, even though I know most people are not. The story of Ren'ai Flops, even though I know... Ziggy, should I start watching Bocchi? Yes, you definitely should. You definitely should start watching Bocchi. If you like comedy, if you like music, if you like seeing a character that will make you reminded of yourself when you were in high school with no people talking with you because you were a weeb, you should watch Bocchi. But yeah, about Ren'ai Flops. The plot of Ren'ai Flops was basically the story of this dude that for some weird reason was obsessed with bananas, like really obsessed with bananas. And also, magically, 5 random girls appeared in his life because they were promised to marry him. Some people took this story way too seriously and thought it was just more of the same ecchi blob bullcrap, stuff like that. And I saw lots and lots of reviews about this for this anime. But the real thing is that this anime was just... It was a... How do you call it? It was a parody. It was a gigantic parody about exactly the stupid hiding ecchi stuff. Because it was self-aware of how stupid the scenarios it was creating inside the anime. There was an episode that a girl just out of nowhere turned into a magical girl and started fighting aliens that were exploding guys' dicks. Like, you can't expect me to say anime is taking itself seriously when it makes something like that. This anime was just a big meme making a parody about the ecchi harem genre. And it was nice because of that. It had a bigger plot by the end of it, involving stuff like AI, dead childhood friends, a lot of weird stuff going on. Which, it was also not bad. I felt like I was watching a visual novel. I felt like it was the biggest visual novel adaptation of a generic rom-com game I could have ever seen in my life, even though this thing was original as an anime. So yeah, even though I know the general score for this thing is not exactly good, if you go back to the spreadsheet, where is the spreadsheet? If I look here, flops, I will not even show because it will take too long. But Ren Flops is basically scored at the same place that Beasttamer was with a 0 score, which is nice, it's fine. But the drop rate for this thing was a little bit higher. A lot more people kind of got mad about the anime for some reason. But it did manage to... For those that managed to finish, let me show you, okay? Let me show you. For those that managed to finish the anime, we are looking at this line here. For those that managed to actually finish, you can see that the ones that finished it kind of enjoyed it a little bit more than the people that did not. Because you can see that the general score in the first weeks of this thing and the last ones was quite different. It went up basically 10 positions in each popularity pool. So you can tell that for people that managed to keep watching after getting past the expectation it was just generic stuff, they could see this one was actually interesting. To me, Ring-Eye Flops was not a best of the season, by no means. But I think that Ring-Eye Flops deserves to be high, you know? It deserves to be in a high spot. I think Ring-Eye Flops will be here in the good side. For me, it's in the good side. I personally enjoy this show quite a lot. Now the next one here, I don't really remember the name of this thing, but it's the anime about cute girls managing an alchemy star in a fantasy world, obviously, because we wouldn't have alchemy in our world. But yeah, this one is that one. I don't really remember the name. I guess I should probably at least look up at the name for people that actually watch this thing to know what I'm talking about. Even though for my description, I think most people will know which one I'm talking about if they watch this one. Let's see here. Just so that you are not just staring at the spreadsheet, let me show you me search. We are in the fall season of 2022. It's which one here? A giant drop button there. It's this one. Shinmai Renkin Jutsushi no Tempo KK. I watched 3 episodes of this one. I think I left it in my spreadsheet with this name so we can search it here, like this. No, I did not. Oh, God. No Alchemist also. Oh, yeah, we are off to a great start. Oh, I know. Wait, let me be a little bit smarter here. Let's reorganize this by seasons. Yeah, way better. It's Mushakuhime Shinmai Tenpei KK. This one, right? Yeah. Shinmai Renkokushi something something something. This one had a final score of the year of -1.5, which is already going to the not exactly nice side. But at the same time, this was just a show about cute girls doing cute things. On the end of the day, it tried to be a little bit more serious by the episodes that I watched. I think the 3rd episode they were going full, how the alchemist job is important for the world and how this girl is saving lives and stuff like that. They were kind of trying to go too serious on something that didn't need to be that serious, I believe, at least for me. Sorry, I just drink some water. But yeah, this one, it was decent for me. The 3 episodes that I watched, it was okay. The score for this thing is not also that bad. If you go back here, the general score, it was okay. Like, for Mao, it was 6.6. For Annelies, it was 6.4. The mean score, 6.5. It's not bad. It's okay. Could be better, I guess. It could, but it's decent. Now, the thing is, should we score this thing as a fine one? Because at the end of the day, it was kind of fine. Or as a mid one? Because let's think, how many people that are watching this thing will actually remember this anime existed? I know I will remember it because I watch every single cute girls doing cute things animes that ever come out, so I remember basically all of them. On a superficial level, of course, I don't remember the details because it's impossible to remember the details for this kind of show. But overall, the show was not exactly bad. If you watch at the mean score, where is the drop rate, complete drop, mean drop rate? It was under 10. It was not a bad drop rate also. So I guess this one should go to the fine zone. Yeah, let's leave it at the fine zone, probably. I believe it will be here under this one. I think this one is still better overall. But I think the alchemist, cute girls doing alchemist star things is about here. Yeah. For the next one, I'm trying to be a little bit faster than we are usually because last stream we took 3 hours to talk about the Crunchyroll Awards, and I didn't expect that stream to take so long. So I'm trying to be a little bit faster. The next one is this one. I think this one is a little bit tiny to show. But is for those that don't know which one this is, just looking by the name, I also just looking at the image, I also don't remember the name. I think the English name for this thing is The Little Lies We All Tell. It's the one that has the story about 4 girls keeping on their friendships while they are hiding some kind of absurd thing about each other. One was an alien, one was a ninja, one was a psychic girl that could read the minds of all of the others, so she already knew the secrets that everyone else had. And one was a boy that was forced to go to that school because his sister was a piece of shit, basically. This one was that. I watched the entire anime of this thing. It was a comedy, of course. Why wouldn't it not be a comedy with a synopsis like that, right? Let me try to search for this one. I know this one will not be amazing. It's this one here. Minus 1.5. It is the exact same position as the Alchemist Girls were. And I think it will be down here, yeah. The final score for this thing was also quite high. God, I thought it would be minor than this one. Lower than this one. Minor. God. Yeah. Yonin wa sorezore uso wo tsuku. I watched the entire anime, so for this one, I have properties and I can say everything that I want to say. I don't care about the general score. I will rank this thing as I believe it deserves. I was curious about this one in the beginning, but it looked so bad later on. Oh, 7. Yeah, 7 is quite high. Yeah, you can see that I didn't score it 7. The anime, it was funny. It had its moments. Some parts were really funny, of course. There were a lot of parodies going on in the anime, like a lot of reference from other shows and stuff like that. Of course, the mandatory JoJo reference, the mandatory Eva reference, some stuff like that every single parody anime makes at some point. But overall, really, this show, from throughout the 11 episodes, I spent more time staring at my second monitor doing something else than actually paying attention because it was not really that entertaining. It was okay, I guess, but I didn't really felt attached to anything that was really going on. I remember the story because I finished watching this thing 2 months ago. So yeah, I do remember the story overall. I remember how the final episode went, how the dynamics of some of the girls with each other went. It was overall okay, I guess. But honestly, to me, I feel like this show deserves to stay where it is. I feel like the show deserves to stay here in the mid zone. Because, I don't know, when I went to watch this thing, I already predicted that it would be mid. After watching the first episode, I thought, okay, maybe it will be fine. After watching 3 or 4, I was already sure it would be okay at best. The animation is also not amazing. That's a big factor, I think, because this stuff is really dependent on visual comedy to make the comedy go through to the viewer. And the animation was not exactly good at doing that. The animation was okay, but not amazing at any moment of this show. So I kind of lack it in that area also. So yeah, I feel like this one stays where it is. It was kind of mid, really. Something that at some months I will probably not remember it, or if I remember, I will probably just remember it. Yeah, it was that really mediocre comedy show that I watched. So this one, I think it deserves to be a mid. Now this one here. Oh god, how wrong I was. This one here, if you don't know, it's Akiba Maid Say So or Akiba Maid War. The anime about Akiba maid girls, you know, from maid cafes, throwing, shooting against each other, working like a Yakuza business. This entire show was basically made on a premise of maid cafes working like Yakuza movies worked on the 80s. It was complete mental, it was absurd. You had no idea of what the freak you were watching during the entire anime, honestly, if you watched this thing. You just knew you were watching maids that were shooting, gambling, cutting fingers, killing people, betting their kidneys, and stuff like that. Every single episode, some kind of new absurd was going on. And it was hilarious because of that. It was just absurdly hilarious. This show was such a gem in the season. I ranked it here because I didn't feel like they would manage to make a good. I ranked it here honestly because I remember that I thought it was just going to be some kind of weird maid cafe thing, like how I think the name of that anime was Akiba Strip something. I think it made someone watching knows which one anime I'm talking about. The show where people in Akiba were shooting each other to make them go naked. If you know, you know. I thought this thing was about to be the same of that, basically. But it was way much more. It was so absurd, it was so good because it was so absurd. So I feel like Akiba Maid Say So, Senso, it's not even deserving to be the good. I feel like maybe this thing deserves to be the best of this season just from how absurd this thing was and how it managed to still be funny because of that. Even the aiming of the anime, not spoiling anything of course, but the aiming of the thing was just like a Yakuza movie was on the 80s and the 70s and stuff like that. There's the complete declared character all the season going, oh no, we need to do this, and oh no, we need to follow through our ideas and stuff like that. And the last episode, she just went completely nuts, crazy, killing people, destroying stuff, and all the absurd shit you could go. Just so that in the last 5 minutes, she went back because she noticed she was not who she wanted to be, and some stuff like that. So yeah, this show was mental overall. It was really weird. It tried to portray Maze in a really absurd way, and it was really funny because of that. And also the character building for the characters was honestly quite amazing. I didn't expect for the character building for a show like Akiba Maid Senso to be so good. So yeah, to me this one deserves to be around in the best area here. I think I will just check the score this thing had in the spreadsheet just for the sake of saying that I did that. Akiba Maid Senso had, yeah, it was one with the positive scores here. Let me quickly show you guys. Akiba Maid Senso scored here. It was the 11th position. It had a positive final score, 1.5. Having a positive final score is something that not many shows in the year managed to have. So yeah, this already says a lot about Akiba Maid Senso. Overall, yeah, I think this one deserves to be around the best of the season. So yeah, let's go back to this thing here and check the next one. Oh yeah, guys, the audio is okay. I hope the audio is fine. I lowered my mic a little bit because it was speaking a bit. My mic configurations here in Streamlabs are a bit different from my Twitch channel, so here I am still not sure if it's decent or not. I hope the audio is okay for you guys. So yeah, the last one we have on the original mid, because I can tell some stuff will come back to the mid here. Don't worry about it. But the last thing we have on the original mid is this thing here. I don't think anyone can tell which one this anime is because I don't think anyone watched this thing. I didn't watch this thing, honestly. I didn't watch even a single episode of this thing. But I know which one it is because it was one of the second worst animes of last year. This one here is Vaz Rock the Animation. Idol anime, a male idol anime, which is a spin-off of a different idol series, different male idol series. I watched one episode, honestly. I said I didn't watch it. I watched one episode on 3 speed. just to see what the hell I was talking about when I made the best and worst animes of the year according to science. It was, yeah, it was an anime, definitely. It definitely was an anime. It definitely was an anime that existed on last year, and something that I honestly can't tell why people didn't like, I guess, from the target audience this thing is supposed to have. No one really gave a freak about this thing. It was not present in any of the popularity pools. No site made a popularity pool including this thing for some reason. Let me show you guys this. Here. If you look here, it will be the worst one. Yeah, right here. Vasrock the animation. Vasrock the animation. Oh, I just noticed they are also ranked based on the final scoring. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Thank you, spreadsheet. I'm happy that I made you to be so smart. But yeah, Vasrock the animation, this thing here on the position. It did not have any single popularity pool for this thing. So maybe it was not even deserving to be the second worst anime of last year together with Biscuit, with Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer and Sankoku Renkokushi, I think that's the name, something like that. But since it had no popularity pools for nothing, I had to give this thing the same score as the drop rate score. So we got a -4 here also, which made the score go to -13. I think this thing probably is not that bad. It's at around the -9. Probably Legends of Mana that we're gonna talk about in a second is worse than it. But yeah, Vasrock managed to be the worst anime of its season, objectively speaking, just because no one made a popularity pool for this thing. So yeah, I don't think it deserves to be in the mid area. Being that bad, I think it's only proper that we leave this thing on the trash zone, not in the mid zone. This thing, probably for whoever watches this thing, it will be on their memory as a piece of trash. So we're gonna leave it right here, right on the top. Actually, we're gonna leave it right here because we're gonna move already the one that's in the first place. So yeah, Vasrock most likely deserves to be in the trash area. And now going to the one. Let me leave you here just so that we can see that it's trash. Now for the trash, original trash ones, I left Bleach here as the one I was expected to be the worst anime of last season. I made this under the assumption. I will be completely honest about my mistakes here. I didn't do my proper research for Bleach. Ever since I was 15 years old, I always thought that the reason why the last arc of Bleach finished the way that it did was because Bleach was low on sales and Shonen Jump forced Kubo to rush through the last season so that the manga would end. So I always had a problem with the final season of Bleach because of how the pacing of that thing was and how it had many plot holes during the final season that were not really necessary. You know, it was not something that it wasn't avoidable. They could have been avoided and things like that. But I was under that assumption because I thought Kubo just rushed through the manga because it was tired of it and Shonen Jump was tired of it. I didn't know that the reason for the final season of Bleach to be so rushed was because Kubo was basically dying while he was writing this thing. His health was not exactly on the good side during the final arcs of Bleach because he, like most mangakas, spent way too much time writing stuff, drawing stuff, instead of actually taking proper care of their health. And Kubo was on the verge of collapsing when he was making the final season of Bleach. That's why the final season was so rushed. I scored this thing in the trash zone here because I thought the anime was going to be the same thing. I thought Pierrot was just going to adapt the same thing that the manga did, and thanks to being Pierrot, it would be unavoidably a piece of trash. But boy oh boy, I was wrong. I was so wrong about this. This new season of Bleach was probably the best sequence season of anything I ever watched in my life. Comparing it to the original seasons, I mean. It's not a best like Mob was by any ways. But the season of Bleach was easily one of the best sequence animes I watched in my life. The animation was amazing. The story was the same thing as the manga, of course, but it did a proper adaptation of stuff that needed to be adapted, and it managed to make some parts be not so much annoying. I know we had a plot hole in there, the first part of the thing, because this thing was divided into 2 covers, at least maybe 3 covers, probably will be a 3 cover. But it had a plot hole in there that it existed in the manga already, which I hated. I hated with a burning passion in my soul, which is related of how Ichigo's dad lost his Shinigami powers. Because we were told something by the end of the Aizen saga, and then this arc came by and just completely changed that for some reason that I could not understand why Kubo would even consider that idea. I don't know why he had to do something like that. It would be just easier to, never say why Ichigo's dad lost his powers back in the Aizen saga. But whatever. This plot hole was still in there. Okay, fine. Still pisses me off a little, yes. But even though all of that happened, the animation was fire. The adaptation overall was really good. Kubo was personally involved with the adaptation to make sure some stuff was added and some stuff was taken out. Overall, honestly, this season of Bleach was really, really amazing. I believe it's deserving to be around the best animes of the year. And now that you are here, we can also move Azurok to be in the top here. Yeah, I honestly believe that Bleach deserves to be here. I even cut out the part where I talk trash about Bleach on the prediction video because someone pointed out to me that I was completely wrong about my judgment, and I thank you so much to that person for doing so. But yeah, Bleach is easily deserving to be on the top. If you go back here, I don't have it in my spreadsheet, of course, because it's a sequence, and I didn't evaluate sequences. But if you go back to the... not spreadsheet, but if you go here to my anime list, final score of the season, Bleach. Where is Bleach? Bleach. The final score for Bleach is still in an astonishing 9.1. 9.1 made this thing be, I think, the second ranked anime at the moment. Yeah. At the moment, the second season of the new season of Bleach is the second anime at the top ranking of Mao. The reason for not being the first one is just because of the Fullmetal cult. If you don't know, on my anime list, we have a Fullmetal cult, which is the here seasonal show. No, not season. Top anime. We have the Fullmetal cult, which is the people that consistently go and give 0 scores to animes that manage to surpass Fullmetal at any moment. Like Kaguya-sama got this treatment, Bleach got this treatment, Steins Gate got this treatment. There's some seasons of Shingeki got this treatment. Many seasons of Gintama got this treatment. They're basically a bunch of bots that worship Fullmetal as their god and savior and downvote everything that managed to surpass Fullmetal in the top ranking because they think the top ranking of Mao means something. Basically, it's that. So yeah, Bleach is not at the first place anymore, but Bleach managed to be at the first place for many weeks. The bots were not being able to bring Bleach down for, I think, 6 weeks in a row. Bleach managed to be in the top for a long time. And even though a lot of this is related to nostalgia, of course, why wouldn't it? It's a show that many weebs nowadays watching when they were growing up. For lots of weebs, Bleach was the first show they ever watched. The one show that made they enter into the anime sphere. So yeah, of course, a lot of nostalgia is in effect going here. But even not taking the nostalgia into account, this season overall was really well made. Especially if you consider that Pierre Roth was the one doing it. Overall, it was really well made. It is really deserving of the position it got here. I can see that Bocchi now is not on the 9th score anymore, unfortunately. Which means that my spreadsheet is also outdated. I think my spreadsheet had Bocchi with a score over 9. Yeah. Yeah, no, the mean score is still under 9, so it's okay. But yeah, Bleach, completely deserving to be one of the best of the season. We're gonna leave Bleach right there on the top. And we're gonna talk anything else about it. Bleach is completely deserving to be there. Okay, now the Fullmetal is protecting us from the awakening of the great old ones. That's why they make all these bots. Kappa. Yeah, of course. That's the true meaning. We all judge the Fullmetal fanbase. The Fullmetal fanbase is actually the only ones that are keeping us safe from the unavoidable destruction of mankind, as we know. Oh, let's praise the Fullmetal fanbase. Thank you for keeping us safe. I will never be able to even believe in that for a dot of a second. But yeah, now the one that I really hope this wants to stay here is the sword isekai. You know, the guy that got reincarnated as a sword and could do anything a OP protagonist usually can, but also make other people be the OP protagonist. Sounds really balanced, right? Yeah, definitely. Um, this one here, I watched it, as you might be able to imagine, one episode just to make my video, because I hate with a burning passion with isekais. Everyone that knows me knows that I hate isekais with a burning passion. There are a few that I can actually enjoy. This one easily was not one of them. So yeah, this one here, for me, deserves to stay where it is. But I will just go look to the final score for this thing. I will not move it. I don't care what the final public score for this thing was. I will leave it in the trash because for me, this one is trash. But let's just go and see how other people thought about this anime. On the spreadsheet is Ken something, right? Should be Ken something something. Koku, Blue Rock, Kage, Fukun. Where the fuck? Oh, here the one. Tensei shitara ken deshita. It's high. Yeah, okay, it's high. The final score for this thing is astonishing 1.5. Of course it would. So it's on the 11th place of last year. It's a high score. Of course it would be. Why wouldn't it not? People like this anime for some reason. Good for you if you like it. I will not judge you if you like isekai generic stuff. Good for you, I guess. Nice one. Go, you go. You got your anime got to be high. Yeah, woohoo, yeah. I will not move it. I refuse to move it. This ranking, the ranking for now is the ranking about my personal opinions for the ones that I watched. Even if just some, just if even if I watch just one episode, I will keep the rankings as I believe they deserve to be. So yeah, this thing is, where the fuck is this thing? Where are you? I know. Oh, here. The final score, yeah, it was high. It was high. Yeah, sure. People like it. This thing, it was almost 9.5. It's high, quite high. Yeah, sure. I don't care. I'm biased. I don't care. Sorry. If you like the show, yeah, on your ranking, it surely would. It's deserving to be higher. For me, no. It will stay in the trash bin. I will not move the thing. It's the trash. Will be in the trash. I don't care if it managed to be good for the Isekai watchers. It's trash to me, and it will be trash throughout my entire life. I will remember this anime existed. Of course I will. It's not a myth. I will remember this absurd thing existed, and I will remember it to be trash because it is a generic isekai. Sorry if you like it, okay? If you like it, I'm so sorry, but yeah. Very good night, my friend. Very good night, Mare. Safe. Yeah, now that this one is out of the way, this thing here, Peter Grew. Peter Grew and something something, and the philosopher time, I think is the English name. This is a second season of an anime that had a mean score of 5.5. About this dude that is the most OP guy on the magical world he's from. And he really loves his boss daughter or something like that. And he wants to make a family with her. They want to be engaged and something like that. But every kind of monster girl in the planet wants to freak with him because they want his semen to make a strong offspring. And basically, the entire story of the thing is this dude just copulating with monster girls, and after doing so, feeling guilty because he betrayed the girl he loved. Where is he love you? Okay, I love you. Okay, are you happy? But yeah, that's the main plot of Peter Grew. The second season was the same as the first season. I watched one episode just to make my video to make sure that it was what I expected it to be. And it was, yes, it definitely was, yes. It was exactly what I was expecting it to be. Trash. Absolute trash. Yeah, I will not move this thing. It stays here. I don't care about the final score. It probably was the same as the first season. If it was not, the otaku community is doomed. But yeah, I will leave this thing right where it is. On the trash bin. Where it deserves to be. If you like this one, I normally don't judge people's tastes, but you probably should seek help. Like, about as soon as you can. You should probably seek help if you like this one. Yeah. I would be judgmental on that regard. Yeah, if you like a show about basically Netonare, you probably should seek help. Yeah, the next one is Immortal Guild. Immortal Guild is basically the ecchi boy of last season. It's the one anime that you watch just to see boobs and no other thing other than that. You are just watching this thing because you want to see boobs. The entire plot is just this dude. There is a really good hunter, hunts mythical beasts, and he wants to retire because he wants to enjoy his teenage years and his youngness before he gets too old. But for that, he needs to train a successor, and every successor the guild girl gets to him are young hot girls, and some not really that hot, but feeling specific, specific kink that the otaku community has, like lollies and stuff like that. Because she wants the main character to kind of get horny or like one of the girls so that he won't retire because he's way too good to lose him. Something like that. The plot is, exists. The girls basically get abused by every single monster in every single episode. It's not much anything other than I am watching this thing because I want to see naked anime girls. You watch the thing with a purpose in mind and you don't really go away from your purpose at any moment watching this anime. So yeah, even though it's objectively trash, if you're watching this thing, you know why you are watching this thing, and you have a pretty good reason for being watching this thing, and it's not to enjoy story. You are not watching this thing because you want to enjoy story. I did not watch this thing because I wanted to enjoy story. I watched an entirety of this anime because I wanted to have one anime in the season that I could just turn off my brain. Anime girls go naked. How horny and nice. Yeah, I enjoy this one. Yeah, basically to go watch you use that kind of mentality. Immortal Guild on the anime spreadsheet ranked where? Futoku no Guild. It was -1.5, 17th place. Not too low because people that watched this thing knew what they went for. Everyone that watched this thing knew what they were going for. Here, let me show. There were no drops. It even got a improvement compared to from the first one for the last week for the popularity at anime training. The drop rate overall was good. It was not a bad drop rate. It managed to keep a 0 score here. I think the final scoring score points here for where is it? Futoku no Guild. It was just -2. It was 6.4. It's not bad if you take into consideration what this anime is showing. Because everyone that was watching this thing knew why they were watching. They just wanted to see anime titties. Yeah. It was that horny show of the season. You don't really expect anything of it other than just being ecchi. As the ecchi boy of the season, it did its job really well, honestly. So I think it deserves being around the fine, really. Of course. Using a critical mind, I don't think it deserves to be finer than the ones that were actually just nice. Because yeah, all of that argument about how prerogative it is for the women and stuff like that. Oh god, the image of the male for the anime stuff is always horny and girls are always unvaluated and that kind of thing, stuff like that. Yeah, I will use some kind of critical thinking, but at the same time, what were you really expecting? That's just how the anime industry works, really, yeah. So, I can understand this kind of argument, but I think this one was just fine. It was an ecchi anime. If it was an ecchi anime, but on the other side, it was just guys getting naked and being abused by monsters, which spoilers also happens because there is a fanboy in this anime. There is a fanboy that also gets abused by the monsters quite frequently. It takes a while for him to appear in the series, but when it appears, it's basically getting the same treatment as the other girls. The anime is not being sexist about who is going to be abused. The fanboy is abused in the same way as the other girls are. For that regard, I think it's deserving it to be a little bit higher. Yeah, it was inclusive, The guys were also being abused as well as the girls. Oh boy, we watch. Yeah, go for it, man. I will even let me show you where the fanboy is. No, let me introduce you to the fanboy before you go to the next anime. Where is the fanboy? Which one was? Where is it? Here, Futoku no Guild. It was this one. This one was the fanboy of the anime. A fanboy elf. This one is the fanboy. The first episode this thing appears is it the entire plot is the main guy saying, "Oh God, finally I got a girl that is actually decent on her job and is worried about doing it in a decent way." And then he sees the elephant trumpet in the middle of the legs, and the main character just goes, "Maybe a guy is not that bad. Maybe a guy, it could be worse, you know. Maybe a guy is not that bad overall, guy. Maybe." You know, sometimes maybe the best girl in your life is not the girl, but the main character just started going on that tangent because he realizes maybe this fanboy is better than every single girl he's been interacting so far. Oh boy, oh gracious! So yeah, I feel like Futoshi no Gyo deserves to be a little bit high, okay? Okay, the next one, Move Louvre. The Move Louvre Alternative second season. My brain is still processing what I just heard. I know some people are not into that kinky, but I know some other people would really appreciate that fanboy. If we send this image to Pedro later on, Ale, he will probably enjoy the little fella. But yeah, the next one here is Move Louvre Alternative. Move Louvre, for those that don't know, is a gigantic visual novel franchise of mecha related stuff. It's a story about, and I think it's quite old also. I think the first Move Louvre visual novel came out maybe in 2001, something like that. But it's quite old. It's a classical in the visual novel community. But it's the plot about aliens invading Earth back on the 80s, I think. The 80s or the 90s, something like that. And humanity striving to survive against the aliens, basically like that. The aliens fell down in a comet. They made hives. They start to reproduce really fast and eradicate mankind overall in the entire planet. Given just some small colonies overall in every single country, we're still with many people living on them, trying to fight back the aliens and overthrow the alien invasion. Kind of a generic plot for alien invasion stuff. You think back on end of the world scenarios, but it's a good one for the visual novel community. I never played the games. I really wish to play the games, but I still did not have the time to do so. But the anime overall for the visual novel community, the first season was not well received. You mean the Guilty Gear Strive to Survive? Yeah, basically, but with less rock. They instead of the rock, they use mechas. But yeah, basically that. And the plot of this thing is that the main protagonist was isekai. Who could imagine me enjoying an isekai thing? But the main character was isekai to this world, which is a parallel world from his. Every girl that he knew, every character he knew from his main world isn't that, but as a soldier, because right, they are in a military regiment fighting off the aliens and stuff like that. And he has the memories of different worlds because he was isekai multiple times. Like, he came from this original world. He went through a war world. They lost. He somehow got thrown into another world with the memories, so he knew how to counterattack the aliens in certain parts of the story, and basically like that. The plot is like the main protagonist building up his knowledge to eventually reach a timeline where he can save everyone. It's something like that, the main plot of Move Louvre. And it's nice, it's decent. The main anime, the visual novel community did not like the first season of the thing. The scoring was absurdly low. It was, I think, 5 and something. I enjoyed it, but I could tell it was not amazing. And for the second season, I want to see how the scoring for this thing was before I say anything. Just to see how the community took this thing. It honestly was better. I will show you guys quickly. Here, Move Louvre Alternative, second season. It was 6.4. This is high. It's one entire point higher than the first season. Yeah, the first season is 5 and something. So yeah, the visual novel community enjoyed the second season more than the first one. Which is funny, because I didn't. I actually thought the second season was worse than the first one during some parts. There is an entire section of this season where the main character managed to go back to his world because he basically got sick of everything. A character that he really liked it, he really loved it, died because of him. in his front, and he just couldn't take it anymore. He pushed it out. He said, no, fuck this. I don't want to be here anymore. Send me back to my world. I don't care what's going on. You guys fight your wars. I will just go back and live my life. And this happened. You know, obviously, that he would come back because that's the plot of the anime. But it took 4 episodes for him to go back. It was so expensive the time that he was in his world before deciding to go back, because bad stuff was happening in his world because he was there, basically. There was going a lot of paradoxal time paradox shenanigans, you know, because he was there before solving the problems from the other timeline. So yeah, stuff like that. And after that, after he goes back, the entire season is really good. It's the entire invasion showing how the hard work that he pulled it through to make the plan to eradicate the aliens actually working and stuff like that. So yeah, the anime was nice, the final episode of the thing, but the middle part was so absurdly boring to me. I imagine for the visual novel community it was actually nice because it was a long time to develop the character, which is nice, but to me, since I didn't play the visual novel, I was not really caring that much. Maybe it's fault of the first season. I didn't care so much about the character during the first season to enjoy his mental breakdown during the second one. So yeah, it was not that great to me. So even though the visual novel community ranked this thing high, I feel like the last episodes deserves to be in the fine to the good. The final episodes were really good. But the middle part, man, I feel like the middle part make this thing be around the bad, really. Bad to good. I feel like it will be on top of the bad ones. Overall. Yeah, right around here. Now for the next one, it's... I don't remember the name of this thing. But it's the anime about the old dudes getting hired to work in an idol group. Like, dudes on their 30s and 40s just getting hired to work in an idol group. I don't know who watched this thing. I don't think anyone on their right mind actually went to watch this thing properly. The scoring for this thing, I don't even remember which anime this one is. Kyokuren no God Last of... No? Man, I don't remember which anime this one was from last season, honestly. I cannot get the thought of the name. You're gonna need to cheat a little bit. Eternal Boys. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. Eternal Boys, let's see where Eternal Boys is here. If Eternal Boys is even here, did I rank Eternal Boys? I did not rank Eternal Boys. Did I not really? Wait, are you serious? No, this thing must have another name. No, there is no way. I must have ranked this thing. Oh no, I don't think... Wait, maybe I did. No, I didn't! I didn't rank this anime because it's an anime with only 13 minutes. I don't take short animes into account for the seasonal... for the spreadsheet. So yeah, that's why I did not rank this thing. But I guess the general score was not that bad, given only 800 people gave this score. An entire anime was only completed, only scored by 800 people. Let's see the total stats here. 3,000 people watched it. No. Wait. No. Oh, no, it's because this thing's not over, right? Yeah, it's still going. Okay. We are fine, okay. That only 2 people completed this anime because they are crazy because the anime is not even over. But the ones that are currently watching are 300. And they didn't drop it so far. And they are giving a decent score. So yeah, it's an anime, definitely. People that are watching it are kind of enjoying it, I guess. But to me, honestly, I watched the first episode. I think I may have watched the first 2. Just because it was short, just to talk about it in my video. Which, if you watch the video, you know this thing didn't even make it to the final cut. I didn't consider this thing to be funny enough to be in the final seasonal in 5 minutes video. So, to me, overall, I think this one goes right into the mid area. It was just not something that I found it to be anything. Not funny, not bad, not anything. It was just existing. So to me, I feel like this anime goes right in the middle zone. I know people that are watching most likely are leaving this in the fine area, but to me, me is in the mid. I don't think I will remember this anime existed after finishing off this spreadsheet. I didn't remember this anime existed before opening this thing today. I wanted this thing to make a video and they never and forgot completely that this thing existed. But now you, on the other hand, you cursed creature, Legends of Mana. If you are a JRPG fan, you know what Legends of Mana is. It's a really old game, like I think it's from the SNES era or something. And for some reason, it got an anime adaptation 3 months ago, right? 5 months ago at this point, right? Yeah, 5 months ago, it got an anime adaptation for some reason. Someone looked back and thought, oh yeah, what if we make a new anime about this thing? Because yeah, I think the game was getting an remaster also, so that's why it got also anime adaptation. But yeah, the anime was anime, definitely it was an anime. Yeah, let's quickly show you guys because this one is quite amazing, if I must say it. Here, you guys can see Legends of Mana? No. Oh, sorry. Of course you can't because you cannot read the name. It's the line that I just highlighted for us. It's a little bit low, right? Weird. What might be the final score for this thing? Yeah. -9.5. Which, if we take into consideration that Vaas Rock is only the worst because it didn't have popularity scores for it, and if it had, it might not be down here. Especially because, yeah, this is an absurd final score for the popularity pools. It would never be like this. It would probably be just like this one. Legends of Mana is, efficiently speaking, objectively speaking, the worst anime of last season overall. Objectively, in an objective way, Legends of Mana was the worst anime of last season. The drop rate was really high. The popularity was always bad and even managed to go even down in some points. The general score, the mean score was 5.3. Maybe Vaas Rock was the worst anime of the season, given into account the mean score it had, yeah. But Legends of Mana was right up there with him. With it. Legends of Mana was putting a lot of effort to be even bad. As bad as Vaas Rock was. I watched the first episode. It felt absurdly rushed. Like, it really felt like an anime that they were expecting you to have played the game to actually understand. If you were going to watch the anime just by yourself without having any previous knowledge, you were in for a bad time. It was just mediocre, really. It was bad. It was really bad. So, for this thing, where do I think it deserves to be? Right where it is. Right where it is. Even further beyond. I think this one, we can really reorganize things already. I think this one... You didn't see it. I think this one even deserves to be the top trash of last season. Just from the stupid fast pacing, the bad animation, because if you don't... I will not give you an image here to show. But if you want to go back on my 5-minute video, you have a good idea of what bad animation I'm talking about. But yeah, the fast pacing, the animation, the trembling over the memories of the JRPG communities about a good game. I feel like this thing is right deserving to be the top trash anime of the season. And if it makes no sense, you guys, oh, but it's closer to bad, so doesn't this mean this one is the best on the trash? No. For these ones, we are not really going that way. You could even call interpreting like they going from the back to here, like if you were reading a manga. The top one here will be the top one of its category, not the closer one for the other one. So yeah, Legends of Mana for me deserves to be right here. And I imagine for everyone else also. I will remember this anime existed. I definitely will remember. When someone says to me the name Legends of Mana, I will first remember this anime existed before I remember the game existed. So after Legends of Mana, we have this atrocity here. This one was also not in my spreadsheet because I think the anime only had 2 or 3 minutes per episode. But it is the reincarnated as a ASMR anime. Why this thing exists, it's beyond my knowledge. I cannot fabricate the thought of why someone thought this thing deserved to exist. It feels like that thing that the old guys on corporations just saw that young kids were enjoying, like, because there are a lot of anime fans that enjoy ASMR nowadays thanks to VTubers. I am also one of them. But it feels like something that weird people with a lot of money saw and thought, oh, let's make a ASMR anime to grab money out of these kids. And the final result was something that probably should never have existed. I watched one episode. One was enough. I didn't need to watch anymore. I feel like the anime that was just entirely focused on ASMR, instead of being the one that got people reincarnated as a ASMR mic, was better somehow to this. And that one was also really bad. Like, I watched more episodes of that one. I think I watched 5 episodes of the only ASMR anime. It was trash, but this one feels like even worse than that. Just because for some reason they decided to put the mind of an old guy into the mic that a lot of underage girls keep talking to the ear. To make it feel... to have the itchy feelings, you know? The ASMR itchy feelings. So yeah, to me this one is easily one of the worst of the last season. Probably the year also. The reason why I don't leave animes like this one to appear in the spreadsheet is because I know a lot of the short animes of the year are bad, just objectively bad, and the top bad ones would be only that if I left them to be there. Here it is. The score for this thing is 5. Almost a clear 5. It will be recommended. I am sure this will be recommended around here. Let's see, recommended shows. It must be around here somewhere. Recommendations. This one. Binaural something. I watched more episodes of this thing. This thing got a higher score. It was basically the same premise, but it was just people doing ASMR instead of a guy inside of the ASMR mic. Like, my dude got isekai into a ASMR mic to hear underage girls talking in his ear. That's weird in so many levels that I cannot even imagine a good way to describe it. I will even move this thing even down here. Yeah, you deserve to be around here. Let's put Peter Grill here, because being a fan of Netorare is still worse than this thing. But yeah, we're gonna leave it like this. And I will leave Vazrock as the best of the trash, just because I think Vazrock could have gotten a bad... No, okay, fine. I will be at least objecting that way. Since a lot of people like this thing, I will allow it to be the best of the worst. But yeah. Now we are over with the trash animes. Now for the bad stuff. Muv-Luv was one that we already moved. So the first thing we have here is the second season of Uzaki-chan Was to Ring Out. Yeah, Uzaki-chan. Uzaki-chan is not exactly a show that I would consider myself a fan of. It's not a show that I would say, yeah, that's something that I would recommend other people to watch. Unless you are a really horny fella. If you are a really horny fella, yeah, I would either recommend you watch Uzaki-chan. Oh god, we have some comments here. Wiki, when you gonna become a cute girlfriend? When you gonna become a cute girlfriend? Oh, Handel, hi! When I gonna become a cute girlfriend? Man, I don't know. Someday, maybe. When I get enough money to make a proper 3D after, I might become a cute anime girlfriend. But that day is not today. We are still far from that day. Wiki, ooh, Bleach, no, Wiki. Lucas Mourão. Oh, Mage, hi, Mage. I'm sorry, my dude, but I am objective here. The second season, this new season of Bleach was good, man. What can I say? It was really good. It was it had good. You are the cinephile guy here. If you like audiovisual stuff, Bleach had that. The musics were really good. They fit really well with the animation. Animation was really well made. Man, what can I say? The story might not be good, but overall, was an anime. It was as an audiovisual thing, as an audiovisual animation, it was really good. What can I say? Yeah. Bleach no Wiki. Sword Isekai at least fine. I refuse to leave the Sword Isekai on fine, Flavio. I will leave it as the best of the trash, and that's the most I can do for you. No Cinephilo, not Sayoucha! Yes, Cinephilo, yes! O anime das Maid não, anime ruim, pô. Você tá maluco se você acha o anime das Maid ruim. O anime das Maid é um pique do anime, da última temporada. O anime das Maid é o absoluto estado do absurdo em anime sendo feito de uma forma incrível. Você só não gosta dele porque você não gosta de filmes de Yakuza dos anos 80. Okay, back here. Uzaki-chan. Yeah, as I was saying, I am not exactly a big fan of the Uzaki. I can understand people that like it, but I am not one of them. But I will say that the second season of Uzaki was better than the first one. Maybe because it was more focused on the romance side of things. Probably, yeah, most likely. That's the only reason why I think that. Hello, Mr. Wiki, sensei for Adriano Calvo. Big fan from Brazil here. Salve, Adriano. Save Adriano. Save for Adriano from Brazil. Fechadão com o anime das Maid. See, this guy knows what he's talking about. But yeah, Uzaki, it was not good, of course, but it was better than the first season. I can say that. Do I think it deserves to be fine because of that? No. No. Uzaki is a big bad. He is a good bad. Let's call it like that. I think Uzaki deserves to be in the lower half of the bad, you know, something deserves to get close to the fine. Like Muv-Luv. The Muv-Luv deserves to be close to the fine. Muv-Luv will be the closest one to the fine. And Uzaki will be around here because it was okay. It had the haha funny hoo-ha moments. It had the itchy that basically everyone go watch Uzaki because they want to see the bouncy boobs, not because they care about plot, really. If you tell me you watch Uzaki because you watch plot, you are lying to me and you know that. But yeah, I think Uzaki, it was okay. The romance was evolving. At the same time, it was not really that much because the senpai is a wimp and doesn't know how to properly hit on a girl. But yeah, it was decent. But fine. After that, I say we leave the ones that I left in the between lines here. After we check the ones that were already in the bed. The next one is the second season of Kantai Collection, which obviously I didn't watch because why would I? I didn't watch even the first episode. Kankole, I mean, the gacha still exists for some reason. People still watch still play the gacha for this thing, at least in Japan. I don't think anyone outside of Japan still plays Kankole. Azur Lane completely overtook the Kankole fanbase outside of Japan. But yeah, it's a gacha anime. Gacha animes, for my fellow gacha players here in chat. You know, they usually are not good, you know? Gacha animes are usually synonyms of bad shit. Like the Majiheku anime, the Azur Lane anime, the Girls Frontline anime, the Fate Grand Order animes. The Fate Grand Order animes, some parts are decent, but they were not exactly amazing also. So yeah, gacha animes usually are not, you know, good. They usually are on the bad spectrum. So yeah, if you go check on the score, because that's just for the sake of knowing how people score this thing. Kankole. Here it is. Okay, it was decent. It was 6.8. 6.8 is an okay score, I guess. Especially for an anime with only 8 episodes. Because yeah, this thing also aired quite late in the season. It was, I managed to leave it in my season in minutes video only because I knew it was coming out and it was second season from something that I knew the joke already. You know, just joking about the doujins. It was easy. But yeah, I guess the score for this thing is okay. It is decent. Could be worse. Given that it's a gacha anime, I guess it could be worse. I know that Kankole, at least the first season, had good openings at least. I don't know if this season had, because I did not watch any of the episodes, so I don't know, of course. I think the first season was... It's exactly the same score. It's exactly the same score. Oh god, okay. That by itself is quite amazing. Same score for both seasons, that says a lot, actually. Okay. They are right beside each other in the ranking. Okay, yeah. That's a curiosity. We just discovered something interesting here. But okay, fine. I guess probably this one is on the specter of the better gacha animes. I have to guess. And since I didn't watch anything, because there is no reason for me to watch, and since I enjoy a lot of Kankole material, you know, Let's just leave it like that. I enjoy a lot of Concolio material every now and then, as every cultured individual would. I guess Concolio deserves to be at least in the fine. Yeah, let's leave Concolio at least in the fine. Now that I notice, the way that I rank this thing makes no sense when we get to the fine. Because at the top, it will be the actually one that are absolutely fine. Here will be the ones that are actually good. But here, the top one is the bad, the worst one, and the background. Yeah, you know what? Let's make a little bit more sense, okay? Yeah, let's reorganize this thing in the proper way. You go here, you go here. Yeah, let's make this make more sense. The ones that are in the top of the trash are the ones that are getting close to the bed, okay? Let's make this thing make sense. I just realized how unlogical my way of leaving this stuff here was. So yeah, you can come back here, you can come back here. You guys are... Yeah, you will stay in the back rows of the fine. Okay. Yeah, like this. We talked about Concolio. Yeah, if you enjoy a lot of dojing from Concolio, you probably will... I will leave it here all out of respect from all the Concolio dojins that I enjoyed during the years. Where anime with Dummy Mommy? You want anime with a dominatrix? We have that. It's not something that I usually go to watch, but I know we have something like that. Let me think. Which one can I nominate to give to you as a recommendation? Dummy Mommy animes. Well, honestly, the one that we got in last season that I could kind of call it like that is Chainsaw Man because of Makima. But I don't want to give Makima any credit, so... I'm sorry, Mackerel. I will need to think this one through. I know we have Dummy Mommy animes, but I don't remember one on the top of my mind. So yeah, I'm gonna have to leave you hanging on that. But if you want just a mommy anime, on the other hand, what's the name of that thing again? My mom something something. Oh god, that one was a straight hinty. Oh, here. If you want just mom anime, you can have this one instead. The Mom Isekai. Yeah, you can have that if you just want a mother. She will be not a dominatrix, but she's a mom. Vermeil. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, no, yeah, kinda. Silas, yeah, you are kind of right. Vermeil is kind of a dummy mommy. I would call the Vermeil demon more of a Onesan vibe than a mommy, but yeah. Insult to Vermeil, yeah. If you want a dummy mommy, I guess this one is the closest one I can think of. The stupidly hot demon lady being a dominatrix over the Shota guy here, yeah. At least from the beginning, because if I remember correctly, at the second half of this thing, the Shota dude was kind of getting the raise of her and kind of being the one dominating instead. But yeah, if you want to think about Dummy Mommy, that's the one I can recommend to you for at the moment. I just realized that I was not showing anything. I am a really smart individual. Here. Okay, we are back now. Yeah, this one. What is a Onesan? A Onesan is basically a older sister vibe. Like, it's an older woman than you, but she's not giving exactly the mommy vibe. She's just some kind of older girl that gives a lot of careful vibes with you. You feel like you'll be safe with her or something like that. Yeah, given that, yeah, the demon personality is not our Onesan at all. It's just the age range that is similar to that. But yeah, it's more of a mommy vibe, yeah. Silas is right. This demon lady is easily more of a mommy vibe than a Onesan vibe, yeah. Okay. Back to this thing. Now for the next one on the bed is this one. I don't remember the proper name, but it's the cute boys doing clumsy things. yes, very basic. Cute boys doing clumsy things. I watched 2 or 3 episodes, I think. It was okay. Honestly. The synopsis is basically that. It's not like I can give you much more story about this thing. It's basically just that. Cute boys being really clumsy. It's what? I think 4 main boys, and all they do is fuck up something some way and get really embarrassed because of that, but they are really cute because they got embarrassed. Basically just that. Yeah. That's the entire story of this thing. Which is okay. It's not bad. I will not call it a bad. It's okay. If you enjoy this kind of thing, yeah, sure, go for it. Given that we only have cute girls doing cute things, having cute boys doing something, it's welcome to the industry, I guess. I didn't really watch much of it, but the episodes that I watched were kind of funny. So yeah, it's not over. Also, these things still going. And yeah, I guess from what I watched and given the score that people are giving this thing is also a little bit decent. I say we leave it the top of the bed or the middle of close to the ending of the fine. I guess it deserves to be in the ending of the fine. Yeah, let's leave it here. Yeah, sure, why not? I would even say that, yeah, this one goes back from it. Yeah, the last one we left on the bad one is this thing here. Which I don't think I know the name. It's a idol anime. It's a boy idol anime, and the name of the thing is something. Definitely is the name. Definitely has a name. Definitely it was named after something. Definitely exists. Yeah. I don't fucking know. It was this one? I think it was this one. Idolish 7? Yeah, it is this one. Yeah, Idolish 7. Okay, the score is high. The score is really high. I am actually surprised that the score for this thing is so high. Oh god, why? What? What happened here? I guess the idol fanbase really enjoyed this thing. Okay. Let's see the stats. God, it got a lot of 10s. What the fuck? And it's not even over. This thing will finish by the ending of February. Okay, this thing got a lot of 10s for some reason. You know what? I will not try to understand. The minds of people that enjoy idol animes is something that is beyond my understanding. So yeah, good for them. They really enjoy their idols, I guess. Given this is the third season, the second cover of a third season, so I guess I should expect for people, if they are watching for so long, for them to actually enjoy this thing. But yeah, it's a male idol anime. To me, this thing is mid. Like, I will never remember this thing existed. So yeah, good for the idol community. Happy that you guys enjoyed this thing. But yeah, to me, this thing definitely was a show that existed for some amount of episodes. Okay. For the next one, the one that I left between fine and bad. This one here. The Eminence in Shadow. The isekai about the edgy dude that actually managed to be properly edgy on the next world after he died. While he was being basically a kind of Punisher fella on the real world, something like that. I know for the community point of view, this one was really high. People enjoyed this thing a lot. Like, a real lot. People were kind of crazy about this thing. I know the game launch for this thing was also quite a success. A lot of VTubers made promotional videos about this thing. Eminence in Shadow. Yeah, the Eminence in Shadow. He's all about the mom spaghetti. The isekai spaghetti. But yeah, people really enjoy this thing. I don't really understand why, but people really enjoy this thing. Kageno Shiraisha something here. The final scoring for this thing on the year, given our spreadsheet, was 3.5. That's a high score. It was around the top 10. It was the 8th position. So yeah, it was really high ranked for some reason. I guess the anime had something that I just didn't see because I watched 3 episodes, I think. Yeah, I think I watched 3 episodes. And to me, it was just more of the same isekai bullshit. Isekai OP bullshit. I don't know. Maybe I watched it wrong. Maybe I was too biased because it was isekai, yeah. Maybe something along those lines, because I know people really enjoyed it. And yeah, I feel happy for the people that enjoyed it, because yeah, it's completely deserving. If you go for the objective point of view, it is on the 8th position of the entire year, so that's a lot. If we are talking about only this season, it's on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 position of the entire season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the 6th position of the entire season. That's a lot. That's a real lot. Yeah, quite deserving. Amazing. And saying all of that, I still will rank you on the trash. Because yeah, I watched the thing and To me, it was just absolutely trash. Yeah. I couldn't care less about this anime overall. So yeah, to me, this thing remains in the trash bin. I'm sorry. I will be fair for the people that like this thing. I will leave it at the top of the trash bin, you know, close to the bed. Even over the Sword Isekai, because at least I can understand people enjoying this thing more than I can understand why someone could enjoy the Sword Isekai. But yeah, we're gonna leave it right around here, yeah. At the top of the trash bin, you are almost bad. You are almost bad, but for me, to me, you are still just trash by the end of the day. Okay, with that out of the way, the next one is the since I reincarnated as a villainess, I will catch the heart of the main villain. I think the name is something like that. I don't remember the proper name of the thing. It's the villainous anime of last season. I watched quite a lot of episodes from this thing actually. I think I watched 4 episodes. And it was not bad really. It was okay. It could have been way worse, honestly. Spy X Family is mid. Oh god, here he comes, Chico. Here, Chico coming in with the hot takes. Where is Eminence? I can find it in the goat. Oh, Flavio, if you look right around here, you see the ghost right up here? You see the ghost right? If you follow the mouse, you can see the mouse, right? If you follow the mouse, just go down a little bit here. You can see the mouse passing through the good and passing through the fine. You see here around the you see the mouse in the bed. I think you see the mouse in the bed. If you move it right here around the top of the trash, right here, you see the top of the trash. Here it is, Eminence. Eminence in shadow. Here, right here. Can you see it now? I hope this was helpful. This was so stupid. But yeah, for this one, for the villainous one, honestly, I found the anime okay. I just didn't feel like I just didn't felt like to keep watching it. It was nice. It was not bad. I don't personally think it was a bad anime, but at the same time, I don't feel like it did anything amazing also. When I think about game animes of last years related to anything like that, mob characters, villainous, I first think about that one where the dude got reincarnated as the mob character for the world or where girls are superior to men in everything. Then if I need to think about a villainous anime, I would think about Tanya, because that's the villainous anime everyone knows about. And then I would think about this one. Do I think this one deserves to be in the mid area? No, not really. This one was not amazing. It was not great overall. It was also not bad overall. But it was okay, right? It was decent. I remember to watch this thing. I remember kind of watching this thing. My main question is, will I remember this thing, let's say, in 5 months? That's the thing. Will I remember this anime existing in the next 5 months or something like that? Probably not. Because I didn't really care too much about this thing now. Before reopening the tier list, I didn't really remember this anime existed. So yeah. Also for the scoring overall for this thing last year, I don't know which one form this thing was. Human Daigaku, Nani Fushoka. Akuyakure Jona no Last Ball. Yeah, this one. Thank God I was not sharing this with you guys because I almost doxed myself. Here, let me show. Here we are. Here it is. This line, it ranked on the 16th place from last year with a score of -1. Not amazing score, still okay compared to some other things. Overall, I think it's just that thing, man. If I think about a villainous anime, this one would not be the one that I will think about. I will remember about Tanya. Tanya Vanya, I don't remember what the right name was because I didn't watch that anime, but I know it was really good. But yeah, if someone tell me, oh yeah, I remember watching that villainous anime, I would think, yeah, the Tanya one. No, this one. Oh yeah, this one existed. Yeah. I will leave it at the top of the mid because I feel like... No. We need to leave it at the bottom of the mid because it means it was less mid of all of them. Yeah. I will leave it here at the bottom of the mid. No. Yeah, no. We changed this. Yeah, we changed this. This one deserves to go to the top of the mid. It's the one that almost deserves to be remembered for something. I think I will leave the idol ones in the second place just on respect from the idol fans that actually enjoy this. And after this, I really will. I think just like this does not really matter the order for the last ones. And the last one we have here is this thing here. I think the proper name for this anime was Complex C4. It was the horror anime of last season. At least it what it wanted to be. Complex C4, I think it's the name at least. It's not even in my spreadsheet because this thing only had 4 episodes. But if you go back here, where are you, you abomination? Right here. Sidangshi. I kind of got the name wrong. I remember the C. I remember the C. House Complex C. Housing Complex C. This anime was an anime made by Adult Swim or HBO. I don't remember which one of them made this thing. But it was a 4 episodes anime with a plot that didn't make any sense. Like, didn't make any sense at all. I think I watched 3 episodes of this thing. Out of the 4, I didn't bring myself to watch the last one. But I think I watched 2 or 3 episodes of this thing. The entire plot, I said it like that on my season on 5 minutes video to make it funny. But I was being honest in there. The plot of this thing is about weird monsters and weird paranormal stuff happening on this complex. Weird fish creatures, weird dead animals appearing, some bullshit like that appearing in this complex after a bunch of Islamic immigrants came to living there because they wanted to fish. The Islamic immigrants were also suffered a lot of racism from the old Japanese people that live in the complex. And then the curse of the land was somehow related to girls that lived in there 500 years ago that were Mayans for some reason. And then there was this girl that just was stupid out every single moment, laughing and doing some weird stuff that would get her killed. And this dude turned into moss, and man, a lot of stuff was going on in this anime. None of it made sense. I imagine if you watch the 4th episode, probably something out of that would make some kind of sense. But given the score of this thing, I don't think I needed to watch the 4th episode to be aware of how bad this thing was. So yeah, I left it here between fine and bad. I knew it was not going to be any of them. I left it here because I had the expectation if, with some hope, a horror anime would be good. Because we don't get good horror animes nowadays. It's been a hot minute since I last saw a good horror anime. And this one, I had hope. I had hope that this one would fit the seat, but it really did not. It was easily one of the trash of the season. I will not say it's a mid, because I will remember the thing existed. The good old Indigenous Graveyard Crew. Yeah, kinda. It was kind of like that. We just need to add that the Indigenous, or the Mayans in that case, also the girl when she shouted she could turn people into stone, which was also another kind of bullshit. So yeah, I will never forget this anime. I feel like I will remember this trash thing for a long time, just because of how traumatized I got from it. So yeah, I think this one deserves to be the worst of the trash, really. Even Legends of Mana deserves to be higher than this thing. Okay, and now, finally, we go back to the fine one. We go to the things that I thought would be decent. The first one on the list, My Hero Academia! Yay! We all love My Hero Academia, right, guys? Everyone loves My Hero Academia. Everyone here in chat enjoys the manga of My Hero Academia. There is no one around here that is, in any way, shape, or form, mad about how My Hero Academia is going on nowadays, right? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, of course. Of course, I'm talking bullshit. Let me just eat a cookie because I'm quite hungry, but it will take a while before we finish this so that I can actually grab dinner. So give me a while. Woo, okay. I ate 2 cookies. I should be ready to keep going for a while. But yeah, let's read chat. Boku no Media Academia, yes. I love it for 20 minutes. Come on, don't like that, Silas. I know you like it at least the first season. I might just watch it for morbid curiosity. Watching something for morbid curiosity is what made so many people watch Velma, Ale. Do you want to be categorized as the same people that did that? Just so I know. Just to be sure, you know? Just saying, you know? Just saying. But yeah, now we are talking about My Hero Academia, which I left at the fine during the prediction. Well, now that this is entirely based on my personal opinions, I can easily send this thing to the bed without regrets. I believe that the season for the anime was the season that had the Villain Association Invasion arc, right? Which is the arc that I dropped in the manga. That's the arc that I stopped reading. I watched Velma to see if I can still feel something. Yeah, I really wish you didn't, Makrel. I really wish you didn't. There are better ways to discover if you can feel something, like maybe, I don't know, cutting your leg with a knife will probably make you be a better way to discover if you can feel something. But yeah. I know that this arc for the anime overall, it was a good arc. I know that. I even left here in the fine because I knew that for the community, for the Boku no Hero community, that the half a dozen people that still watch this thing, this was going to be a good anime and a good season. But man, this is the season that I drop in the manga. That's the part of the story that made me feel like, yeah, I don't care anymore. So to me, this one, again, remember, this tier list here is entirely based on my tastes, if they are the animes that I know. Eu não sinto nada! Yeah. To me, yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. I will not say it's trash, because I could see the appeal going on in there still, but I just couldn't care more about the anime. I just couldn't care less about it. And I know now some people are saying that, oh no, then all the manga is good, and some people are saying all the manga is terrible. And I love how the opinions are just that. It's either 8 or 80. There is no in between. We have only 2 specters of people that are still reading Boku no Hero. People that absolutely love it and people that absolutely hate it. We don't have a middle term. So yeah, I will leave Boku no Hero in the bed. I'm sorry if you like Boku no Hero. This is my personal opinion. I hope you are not getting offended by that. But yeah, it's just like that. Now the next one that I left in the fine. This one here is Urusei Yatsura. Urusei Yatsura is an anime that with a remaster, I could call it, I guess, or a remake of an anime that existed back in the 80s from a manga that was written back in the 80s by the same lady that made Inuyasha, Ranma Half, I don't remember the other stuff she made, but she made a lot of classics. The big ones that I can name off from the top of my head is Inuyasha and Ranma Half. Boku no Hero bad anime concerning Sky Trash. Yes, I am an intellectual. How did you know? But yeah. for Yurusei Yatsura, I left it in the fine because I was expecting to see. I expected it to be decent, yeah, of course. Honestly, to me, it was even better than I was expecting. It has at least season 1 is ending. Season 1 of what? What season 1 are you talking about? Oh, Velma. Well, I watched Yurusei Yatsura because I want. Of course, I am a big fan of Hamahef. If you don't know me, Hamahef is one of my favorite mangas from all time. And I wanted to see this thing because I know it's a class from the otaku community. I wanted to see how the hype of this thing was about, what people like about the thing 40 years ago. And man, really, the adaptation is amazing. Really, it's great. The comedy, it's obviously outdated. It's obviously comedy from the 80s. It's not like they managed to change that to be more modern in any way. And I don't really think they needed to do that also. I'm happy that they left the comedy as it was. Of course, there's some stuff in there that is not exactly popularly acceptable nowadays, like some really sexy stuff and things like that. But if we think back on from where the anime came from, you can kind of overlook this kind of thing. And Yurusei Yatsura is just that. The animation is really pretty. Like, the animation for Yurusei Yatsura is just beautiful to watch. The story, it's a story about a comedy, romantic comedy from the 80s, so it's not amazing. These authors always like to just bring more and more characters to stage to make just more and more absurd situations occur. Even Lum, the main girl, is an alien already, so she just kept bringing more and more alien-like creatures. The only thing that I can really complain about this thing is Ataru, the main protagonist, because I cannot understand how a man would not just be happy to marry Lum, and instead he just needs to still keep running around trying to get over every single girl he meets. Like, Lum is the complete package. You don't need anything else if you have Lum, but Ataru is Ataru, I guess. And that's the entire gimmick of the anime. The entire comedy is based around that. Like, where are this thing? Here. Yurusei Yatsura 2022. Come here and just look at this real quick. Just look at Lum. She's adorable. She's cute. She's... Yeah, she's sexy. And stuff like that. She's the perfect girl. She's a devoted wife. She just wants to make her husband happy. Even though her husband is a piece of shit, just keeps trying to cheat on her. And she electrifies the dude. Rightfully deserve it. But yeah. Ataru, the only reason why Ataru is not head over heels with Lung is because she electrifies him. And, I mean, if he learned that she would stop doing that if he was just a better person, I think the story of this thing would be quite shorter. But yeah. Overall, the anime was really good. I'm loving the anime adaptation. It's still going, of course. It's 24 episodes, I think. Yeah, it's still going. It's really nice. It has a really nostalgical feeling to it, even though I didn't watch the original, just because you can feel the old comedy going on in there. And it's overall just a great anime. I am enjoying it quite a lot. I feel like if you are open to this kind of thing and if you are part of the anime community and you can handle the kind of comedy that will happen here, which is obviously the kind of comedy that people nowadays, some are not exactly ready to take on. I think you should give it a chance to Yurusei Yatsura. If you are crazy, you probably should go also watch the original one. I just don't have enough time in my life nowadays to do that. Because the original one have 150 episodes, I think. 195, yeah. A little bit more. If you have enough time in your life, you should probably go watch this. But if you don't, and you want to just know what this is about, watch the new anime. The new anime is good. You will not be wasting your time watching that. Having said all of that, I feel like Yurusei Yatsura deserves to be on top of the good here. I think Yurusei Yatsura deserves to be right by the middle. We're gonna leave in the back here, and then we reorganize by the end of this. Now the next one is this one. More than a couple less. No, yeah. More than a couple less than boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't remember the English name. Is the anime about school forcing couples to be made during class so that people can learn how to interact with the other sex and how to be married. And they are chosen by randomly, and if you score high enough scores as a couple, you will have the chance to switch your significant other with another couple, which is a really weird synopsis. But yeah, the main girl, the Gyaru, she's adorable. She's a great wife material. She is really good overall in many ways. Even the score for this thing, where is it? Kage Fujo Koibito Mimon. This one here. Even this one here, it scored quite high last year. It was in the 8th position together with The Eminence in Shadow. So yeah, some people really enjoyed this anime. What is the final? I mean, I don't need to look the final score here. We can just look at the spreadsheet. Yeah. The final score for this thing, the mean score, it was 7.5. It was high. It's a high score overall. Yeah. But me personally, I dropped this anime. I couldn't handle. I was getting mad at it, not because of some parts of the plot, but I was just, I don't know, I was getting pissed by this girl, this absolute piece of a girl, this hot girl, this beautiful girl, this nice girl, she a gentle girl that can cook, that's really emotional. She just wanted to, for the love of her life, to notice her, and instead she got stuck with a nerd that she never talked with before. She's a really amazing wife material. And then we have this dude, this creature, the thing that is her, that is the main protagonist of this thing. I basically am growing tired of this kind of absurd anime trend of bland as fuck protagonists managing to get amazing girls to like them just because the author needs for the anime to in some way make the reader relate to it. I know I'm being a little bit harsh saying that. Shikimori fusion with Marin. Yeah, kinda. Marin is still overall a better waifu character than this girl here, which I don't really remember the name. What is her name? Let me see here. What is her name, miss? It's Watanabe Akari. Yeah. Akari here, she's a good waifu. She's not better than Marin, but she's easily better than Shikimori. I can tell you that. She's easily better than Shikimori. But then again, it's not that hard to be better than Shikimori. But yeah. I think it's just me, but I am growing tired of this anime trope of the blandest character possible managing to somehow make a cute, amazing girl fall for him, doing absolutely nothing. Because in the first episode, this girl was already falling over heels for him. Even though she was quite clear about she making the couple and she being nice to him just because she wanted to get a high score so that they could switch couples with the guys she actually liked. I want an anime with Johnny Bravo. You mean a hot guy that keeps getting rejected by every girl he meets? That would be nice, I guess. Johnny Bravo, the animation. But yeah, I am just really going tired of this troop, man. I honestly hated this anime so much because of the troop. I will live in the bed. I will not go as far as call it trash because I know it's a me problem, but to me, this anime was honestly unbearable. I was getting so pissed watching this thing because of this dude. This entire dude here was making me get so mad watching this anime. I had no problem with the waifu. I have no problem with the other girl that this guy liked because he liked his childhood friend, and even though like that, this girl was also starting to like him. I had no problem with the guy this girl liked. And usually, the popular kind of dude is not a character that I enjoy in animes. I had no problem with that dude also. My only problem was with the main character. The main character was making me so mad watching this thing. But yeah, let's leave it like this. The next one is Yowamushi no Pedal 4th season. I have absolutely no idea. I never watched Yowamushi no Pedal. I kind of have an interest in watching it just because it sounds interesting. But man, I never watched it. It's the fourth season. What can I say? We had this thing here just because of ranking purposes. I have no idea if this season was good or bad. This one we gotta depend entirely of the scoring here. Let's see. Let's see. Yowamushi no Pedaru. Where are you, my boy? I probably. Oh no, it's here. The score for this thing is 7.4, which is a nice score. It's not a decent score. It's not over. Also, it has 25 episodes, so it will be over only by the end of March. But yeah, again, it was. I imagine it's decent. I mean, it got 4 seasons, so it should be good, right? I can only imagine that the anime got 5 seasons. Something good they are doing. So yeah, let's say it's decent and move on with our life. I can really elaborate a lot on something that I never watched. I know that some of the openings are good. That's something that I can vouch for. I know some of the openings for this thing are quite nice. So yeah, I will say original panel. It's on top of the fine. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's do just like this. Why? Let's do this and go move on. The other one is another one that I have no clue. The climbing anime, the fourth or the third season of the climbing anime, the cute girls doing climbing things. This one, once again, I have no idea if it's good or not. Because man, it's the first. I didn't even know that anime existed up until we made the stream checking out the seasonal animes. So this one, once again, we're gonna depend entirely of the public score. Where is it? 5.2, 7.2. It's higher than Yowamushi no Pedal. So we're gonna just leave it like that. Biking goes brrr, apparently. Yeah, biking goes brrr. I know that there is a lot of psychological stuff revolving to Yowamushi no Pedal. So it sounds interesting. I really want to give it a chance someday. But I just never got the chance. And it's me with sports anime. It's also something that really rare to happen because I just don't watch many sports anime. I know I should watch stuff like Haikyuu and Kuroko and stuff like that, but it just never comes to me. Okay, the next one is the last that we left in the find because everything here is the stuff that I reorganized already. So let's pull everything to the side already, and then we're gonna talk about this last one here. This thing here, My Teacher Has No Tail, I believe is the English name. I watched 2 to 3 episodes of this anime. It's basically the story of a Tanuki girl that goes to the big city because she wants to make what Tanukis are supposed to do and fool people. She wants to prank people, just that. But people on the modern ages of the anime, which it's, I believe, the 800s of Japan, they are way too smart to fall for the tomfoolery of a raccoon. So she just tries to fool people over and over, gets a bad time, she's almost hunted because of that. And she ends up watching a Rakugo play, which really drags her into the play, into the story, and makes she wants to learn how to do Rakugo. And the blade that is making the Rakugo is also a mythical creature. She's a fox, I think. But yeah, that's the basic plot. From the episodes that I watched, basically, it was a funny comedy. I didn't really enjoy it that much, but I didn't feel it like it was bad per no means. It was just not something that I felt like I wanted to keep watching. But it was decent to me. But hips and stuff like that. If you come here, Uchi no Shisho wa Shippoganai. It's this one here. People didn't seem to like it very much. It ranked 25th overall in the year with a score of minus 5.5. So I am not really sure what this anime did wrong. It had a big drop rate, I guess, compared to the other stuff that we saw in the season. I think many people were just like me. They just didn't, they just watched it and said, okay, this is not exactly bad, but I just don't feel like it's worth my time. I feel like most people followed that same logic that I did. And this somehow made this anime have a high drop rate and finish up really low in the list. Do I think it's deserving to be so low? No, not really. I feel like this anime could have been a lot worse, if I must be honest. It was okay. Here it is. Yeah, the main score is not exactly bad. It just had a lot of drops. But I feel like the anime overall was decent. It was no second coming of Christ, but it was okay. By the end of the day, it was basically just a cute girl doing something kind of anime. So yeah, I don't think it's deserving to be thrown into the flames with the score it got from the general public, from the objective stuff. But I don't think it's deserving to be over anything we have here already. Even though, especially because I dropped it. Given that this is my personal anime list, it should be close to the closer than Lover something something, because it's also another anime that I dropped in the season. But this one I dropped it because of rage. This one I dropped it because I just was not interested. So given, I think this one ends up going to the mid zone. Because it was not bad. It was not amazing. It was kind of good. But it just didn't feel like it was worth my time watching. So yeah, I say I send this thing to the mid zone. I think it's even deserving to be in the top of the mid, because it's the one closer to be a good one, but I don't know, maybe if I had watched more episodes, I would have a different opinion. But from the episode that I watched and given the score the general public had, I think like mid is the most nice position, the nicest position that I can give to this anime. Yeah. Now we reorganize the stuff that we had here already. Just like this. God, Futoku no Guild is way too high. Wait, is this right? I guess it is. Fine, now for the ones that I expected to be good. For the ones that I expected to be good, we have some enemies in here. Let's have a quick look. The first one, which was Painting to Define, is To Your Eternity, second season. To Your Eternity, I will not give a basic synopsis again. I guess I should. To Your Eternity is an anime that made a lot of success for when the first season came out. It's an anime about character development. The entire plot of the thing is character development. It's a bow. The protagonist is a bow that can absorb souls, basically. And when it absorbs a soul, it can take the form of that soul, and taking part of after that, it can transform into the other souls that it absorbed during its life and stuff like that. And the entire entire premise of this thing is that you're gonna see the main protagonist, which is named Fushi, go through lots and lots of experiences to evolve as a person, learn what it is to be a human being, understand human emotions, understand sadness, pain, and stuff like that. The entire premise of this anime is basically that, which is nice. It's not bad per se. I just didn't feel as compiled by the plot as many people did with the first season. I thought it was a good anime, but I just didn't feel like it was amazing by no means. And for the second season, which is still going on also, is not over yet, I basically feel the same. Like, I don't think it's bad, but I can't bring myself to care that much about Fushi. I understand his pain, I understand where he's coming from, I understand the entire plot of what's going on, and I enjoy it for it. But I just don't think like Fushi and Fumetsu overall are as amazing as people like to make it sound like to be. I feel like it's a decent anime, it's a good anime for people that are starting, but I just don't think it's as heavy as it can. Especially given what's going on in the new season now. You kind of know that Fushi has some kind of ex machina bullshit powers that he can use. And that when he inevitably discovers those powers, it will kind of take away some of the magic of the anime. So yeah, I would say that Fumetsu deserves to be not on the top of the good. I still think the story of this thing is relevant, and it has its good points and bad points like any other story. I don't want to throw it into the fine, but I think it's deserving to be the worst of the good stuff. I think it's deserving to stay around here, really. Yeah, I think Yurusei Yatsura is better than it. For the next one, is a
third season, I believe, of an anime that I didn't watch. This one also is here just for ranking purposes. So, let's ask the public what the public thought about this one. Anime here. I think this one is quite high. Yes, this one here. Mighty Mashita Irumukun third season. The score is almost a 8. Almost a 8 is an amazing score. Almost a 8 is a really impressive score. It says a lot about the anime. It says a lot about why this anime got a third season in the first place, because I remember the other 2 seasons are also quite well scored. So yeah, since we don't have much to say about it, I think it's just deserving to stay in the good. Since I didn't watch it, I will not live in the top of the good. I will live in around here, but I think it probably deserves to be maybe behind Fumetsu. Yeah, I'll leave in behind Fumetsu because I don't know it. The next one, my boy, Popo de Piku, second season, or Pop Team Epic. Pop Team Epic was exactly like the first season. Actually, I think Pop Team Epic was different from the first season in the regard that the first season was mostly adaptations from the manga, while the second season, everything in the second season was mostly original for the anime, in a way. And they did a good job at that. They didn't screw up just because they were making original stuff. Even there's no way for you to screw up making original stuff for Pop Team Epic unless you are trying to make it sound serious. Pop Team Epic is the absolute satire anime. Is the satire manga that Japan has nowadays. Is the trashy comedy manga that Japan has nowadays. This thing is basically the South Park from Japan. So yeah, I think it's deserving to stay in the good, but some episodes, especially the one episode that was entirely Bobu Nemu Migu, the really scratched animation one, I didn't really like. So I feel like it's not deserving to be in the top of the good ones, but it's definitely deserving to stay in the good. Yo, I heard there is an anime with a fanboy here. You are a little bit late, Pedro. That is Kiryu, Majima, and Final Fantasy 14. Already 10 out of 10 in my book. Oh yeah, Tug said something that is deserving to 2 notes about Pop Team Epic. Pop Team Epic is an anime that only has 12 minutes. But if you go watch it, you see that it has 24 minutes of episode. Why is that? Pop Team Epic has 2 dubs. 2 dubs overall, in Japanese even, not in other language. 2 seiyuings, right? The first 12 minutes, the main girls, Pipimi and Popoko, are dubbed by girls. And every episode is a different actor. And the 12 last minutes is the same episode, but the episode is dubbed by 2 male dubbers. 2 male voice actors. And also switching between episodes. So you have the most absurd dynamics. Like, there was an episode like Eduardo here in chat just said, where we had the voice actors for Kiryu and Majima from the Yakuza series dubbing the girls. Those are just some absurd stuff to happen. They also don't have a script. That's just something interesting to say. They don't have scripts. For every sketch that they make, unless it's a sketch that came from the manga, so it has its own script, the voice actors basically say whatever they feel like fits the scene. It's something like the dub for Ghost Stories, but a little bit more polite in that regard, because they are not the girls, even though they are showing their middle fingers and swearing a lot and doing absurd stuff, they are not being misogynal in any ways, like the dubs for Ghost Stories. So yeah, we have this factor to take into account. This is amazing how Pop Team Epic managed to do something so stupid like that and still be a great anime overall, given how the voice actors are there just to have fun, basically. Every voice actor by the end also give their final thoughts about the anime, and all of them I would say the same. Like, why would you waste money buying the Blu-ray of this thing? Go buy something decent instead. They are always shitting on the anime, but you can tell that everyone is enjoying it a lot. But Pop Team Epic has that on its regard also. Yeah, I blew the whistle about the fanboy anime, but I don't remember the name. Oh god, yeah, the fanboy anime. It's Immoral Guild. It's like Batman in the fruit fair. Yeah, kinda like that. It's Pop Team Epic is basically a giant YouTube poop that got way out of hand. Yeah, if I could call it like something, it's basically just like that. But yeah, for the one searching for the fanboy, you want to watch? Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, sure. You want to see the fanboy? Let me show you the fanboy. Where is it? Immortal Guild, Immortal Guild, Immortal Guild. Are we searching? Okay. Boku no Guild. This is the one you are looking for, Pedro. This is the one that you want to watch. The anime about a lot of characters, hot girls just getting harassed by monsters while a dude keeps saving them. And by the middle of the anime, this character appears, which is a boy, and it's also abused as in the same way as the girls are. This is the one that you are looking for. Hope I could be of service to you, my good friend. Now let's go back to the tier list. Think it can never work between us, not because you are bunny, but because you're because I got demonetized. Oh shit. So yeah, did I change the string to the proper setting? Yes, I did. Let's see. After Popsing Epic, I will leave it around here. The next one is Do It Yourself. Do It Yourself, easily one of the best of the season. Honestly, I will throw it up here. Fuck it. Completely biased, right? Completely biased coming from the guy that loves cute girls doing cute things. Yeah. But Do It Yourself is a cute girls doing cute things anime. The synopsis is quite simple. Girls join together to build stuff. The main character is dweeb that has a bad luck. She hurts herself every single moment that she can get in the most stupid ways, like falling from her bike, hammering her finger, falling through the roof of a cabin or some shit like that. But the entire anime is just focused on the good vibes, really. It's just cute girls building things, making relationships, getting over obstacles to achieve their goals. It's just a really nice, cute girls doing cute things anime. And it's an anime that actually made me want to do more do-it-yourself stuff. I made that giant head for my Onigiri cosplay because I watched this anime. If I didn't watch this thing, I probably would not have made my cosplay. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry, I will show you. Right here. No, not Twitch. Twitter. Here. If you don't know what I'm talking about, is about this picture right here. This is a cosplay that I did on the ending of last year. And the only reason why I actually did this cosplay was because I watched this anime. Not just because I am obsessed by Okayu from Hololive. But I made this cosplay entirely because I watching the anime, I kind of felt like I could do do-it-yourself stuff since even cute anime girls were doing it. And I found a way to make this giant onigiri head in a week. Yeah, basically that. So if it wasn't for that anime, I would not have made this cosplay. And this one was easily the best cosplay I did in my entire life also. So I have do-it-yourself to thank to that. They say how to make a homemade bomb. Unfortunately, no, Macrel. Unfortunately, they keep it to the safe side of things. They just teach how to make benches, cabins, tree houses, accessories, and stuff like that. Unfortunately, there is no bomb making on the cute girls doing cute things anime. But yeah, overall, Do It Yourself was just an amazing anime of the year. And also, let's see, what's the scoring for this thing? Yeah, it ranked 11th place. It was 1.5. I feel like it deserved to be higher than this, but whatever. Oh yeah, to me, honestly, Do It Yourself was one that really deserves to be one of the best of the last season. Motivated me to do stuff, which is a slice of life anime. If the slice of life anime is not motivating you to innovate in any part of your life, it is just an okay anime. If a slice of life motivates you to do something different, that's when the slice of life is actually good. That's at least that's what I think about slice of life. Like that. And also the animation was just really pretty. The characters were all really cute, really nice to watch. None of them was a prick that you didn't like. Every character is enjoyable in the show. Even Pudding, which is the big tsundere of the show, you enjoy her. Yeah, overall it was a really nice anime. Now for the next one is the Mushikaburi Hime, or the Princess from the Library, I think is the translated name, something like that. This is the only shoujo anime that we had last year, I think, and easily the only shoujo anime we have for this season. The plot for this thing was simply princess girl gets a marriage proposal from the prince of their country to act like his wife, so that he stops getting marriage proposals from other rich people. And if she accepted, she would have access to the royal library where she could read every single book she ever wished for. And she accepted it because this girl is completely obsessed by books. Yeah, that's basically the plot. Mushikaburi Hime, she's called like that because she's the princess that is every time of day that people see her, she's reading a book. What the fuck is a shoujo? Sounds like food. Shoujo is a anime. Shoujo means literally girl in Japanese. It's a anime made for girls. The target audience is girls, teenagers and child. More teenagers than anything. But yeah, does that stop me from enjoying a good shoujo? No, it does not. Because I watched this thing and I absolutely love it. It was amazing. I enjoyed every single second that I watched this thing. Some of the plot points, like the relationship with her that the main girl had with the prince, kind of made me mad sometimes, and I think the prince was kind of an idiot at some moments. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I will not negate that. But yeah, overall, this was a really nice anime. It was a really good shoujo. We don't have many shoujos nowadays, and having this one was really good. It made me really happy that we actually managed to have this. So yeah, for me, Mushikaburi Hime deserves easily to stay at the top of the good ones. I don't know what was the general score. Let me quickly see that. The general score for Mushikaburi Hime was somewhere here. -1. Whoa, fuck me. Why people didn't like this anime? People are mental. People are delusional. I don't care. I love it, and I don't care what I don't care what other people think. I know my good taste is what matters. Nothing can prove me wrong, okay? I was thinking they only watch the K-dramas. Yeah, that also. But yeah, the next one here is... Okay, let's leave it for last from this one. The last one that was on the good ones. Gundam. The Witch from Mercury. I wish that I had watched more of this. I only watched the first episode, unfortunately. I honestly will probably go back to watch it. Because everyone said good things about this Gundam. It ranked at the 8th position of the best enemies of last year. Not 8th, the 7th position of the best enemies of last year. I remember that clearly because I'm talking in the video. So I know this Gundam was objectively good. The first episode was also really good. And I cannot really imagine anything bad to say about this Gundam. I will not throw it at the best, only because I didn't watch it. I only watched one episode, and I could see it was a good one, but I just didn't get that far ahead. I plan on watching it someday, that day, God only knows when it will be. But yeah, I think this Gundam deserves to be at the top of the good ones. The animation was quite lit also. It's always nice to see, even if I don't like mecha, it's always nice to see an anime that every single scene is made by hand drawing instead of CG. Just seeing the Gundams made with drawing instead of CGI is always nice to see. Okay, Mushikaburi Hime, you can come here, and now we move the other guys from the back here. I think I can even reallocate some stuff here. I need to watch. Yeah, you need to watch, Salis. Let's do it like this. Let's watch together. What do you think? Let's decide on a day and let's watch the new Gundam together. I think I will move it like this, honestly. Yeah, it might sound mental, but I think I will leave it like this. No. Like this. I feel like this one is the order for me, personal order, of course, that the good shows deserve to be. Now, the one that was in the in-betweens of best and good. The Raven Consort of the Palace? I think that's the name. I don't really remember. Let me check. Let's check. Kokyu no Karasu. This one. Kokyu no Karasu, which had the final score of the year of 14th place, which, okay, it's fine. Could be better, could be worse, could be anything else, but it was a decent. And I feel like the score says a lot about my personal thinking about the anime also. Kokyu no Karasu. It was definitely an anime. I went there expecting to see something, and I got a different thing. Which, given, probably is more my fault than the anime. Where the frick is it? Okay, here. Kokyu no Karasu. Raving of the Inner Palace. I added some words in there. But yeah, I even gave it a 7. I was expecting this to be way more of a mystery anime than anything else. I was expecting this to be entirely focused on detective stuff, let's call it like that, about the Raven Consort going through the palace and figuring out mysteries or proving that something is not magical or proving something like that. I was expecting this to be in some way related to that or even remotely close. It was nothing like that. It was ghost related mysteries where the Raven Consort would go there, do ghost magics, ancient Chinese bullshit, and resolve the problem. It was okay. I expected it to be something. It was not what I was expecting, but it was not bad because of that. It was still an enjoyable anime. But, given that I was expecting it to be the best, I was really wrong. It was definitely not one of the best of the year. The animation was nice. I liked the characters, some of them. I liked the story about how the Raven Princess was stuck to her position up until the day she died, and then how the curse worked and stuff like that. There were a lot of plot points in there that were really nice. But I was really expecting this to be somehow related to real story because it's a historical anime. In the description, I was expecting this to be somehow related to real story. That kind of bummed me. Not to the point of me saying, "Oh, it's a piece of shit anime." No, it was nice. It was okay. It was good. Like a 8, deserving of an 8 or something. No, it was fine. I feel like I will leave it on the top of the fine here. Let's move everything here. Yeah. And now, finally, we are in the last section. The best one. The animes that I predicted that would be the best animes of the season. No questions asked. The ones that I thought, yeah, these ones will be the big shots. Let's even move the ones that I reorganized to the side here so that we can look at our contestants here. We have 6 contestants that I predicted would be the best ones of the season. And I feel like we can get already start off by the meme. This thing here can go already to the trash bin. As you know, you probably noticed already, every tier list like this, we leave one as the best. Just for meme's sake. There is no other reason other than being for meme's sake. And this one here, the dude that got OP by upgrading only his farming skills, is definitely one of those. The only reason why we left this thing at the top of the best here was because on the trailer this dude was throwing a carrot like a grenade, and we found it to be so stupidly absurd that it deserved to be the best of the season. But man, this anime was bad. This anime was really bad. This anime was one of the worst, easily. And this one is not even my personal opinion. This one I know is a objective opinion about the thing. Where is it? Farm-related skills, here. -5 points, ranked at the 24th position of the year. Yeah, it was not good, man. I tell you, it was not so good, not so good. You know, yeah, it was kind of bad. Kind of bad. Even the score, where is the score? The score for this thing was 5 point something, and I can tell you why. Because of the animation. The plot of this thing is just a generic fantasy OP protagonist plot with that dude being a farmer instead of something else. Nothing amazing, but the animation of this anime was so absurdly disgusting. Let me... Can I even grab a clip from that? I think I can if I go to my own channel here and grab my video. Let me grab. Let me throw to this window where we are. This thing here. Let's jump to that scene. Should be close enough here. This part here when I meant, oh, the string is doing something. Can I pause to this dragon? Yeah, let's do stop motion just to show. The animation, yeah, the CGI for this anime was the CGI ever made, definitely. It was one of the CGIs ever made. For sure. Oh my god, Excel stream. No. The Excel is just to make points. But yeah, the CGI for that thing was something. Something truly disgusting to see. And that's the reason why the scoring for this thing got so low. Even if the plot was just generic at best. And yeah, I don't disagree. No, the anime truly deserved the score that it had. Truly. No questions asked. The anime truly deserved the scoring. Oof, that is what we call no bueno. Yeah, no bueno at all. I think it deserves to be the worst of the trash. No, by no means. No. Stuff here is... There's a lot of stuff here that is way worse than this thing. The only thing this thing has is having a mediocre story with terrible CG. It's standing here behind the ones that people actually like, and I am the only one that actually did not like. But now we are left with the actual 5 proper deservers to be on the top here. Let's go from the last to the first, shall we? Firstly, Golden Kamui. There's nothing to say, really. Golden Kamui, it's a shame, really. If you don't know, Golden Kamui, this new season from Golden Kamui, it got on hiatus, on an indefinite hiatus, after episode 4, I think, because one of the main production members died. So yeah, that's the reason why it got on a indefinite hiatus, which is truly sad. Yeah, my condolences to the family of the member, which was never revealed, if I remember correctly. I don't think the studio ever revealed which one of the members was the one that died, but it was most likely someone significant to the plot if they are thinking so long to come back. But yeah, even though with all of that, with only the 4 episodes that we had, Golden Kamui still had exactly what Golden Kamui is supposed to have. Had a lot of comedy, had a lot of action, had a lot of drama, had a lot of everything. Golden Kamui is an anime that is always packed with emotions, all of them in a single way, and it always just punches you, throwing the emotions on your face. Not something that will make you go crying and nothing like that. You probably the most you will do is laugh out of your butt, because it's truly fun. It's one of the funniest animes of modernity. But it delivered everything that I was expecting it to deliver, even though it didn't manage to have a lot of episodes so far. But I think Golden Kamui is completely deserving to stay at the best here. I just move it a little bit to the right for the sake. There is an anime in this list that is worse than Velma. No. There is nothing in this list that can be worse than Velma, Makrel. Even the worst of the worst, like this one, is not worse than Velma. There is no way. For something to be worse than Velma, the person must be intentionally making something bad. Anime are made by people that actually like... Anime usually are made by people that actually like the content they are making. Yeah. Sometimes. I don't think usually is the right word to use here. Sometimes, yes. Yeah, sometimes they are enjoying. I don't think it's a lot of... I don't think it's more than half of the times. But yeah, now. Next. What the fuck did they do? I don't know. I think I centralized everything. Yeah, here. The next one is Blue Lock. Blue Lock, easy, deserving to stay at the top. It was the best sports anime I watched in my entire life. Just the simple concept of destroying the bullshit about friendship power when playing, and how teamwork matters, how what really matters is not winning, but the friendships we made along the way, you know, on sports. How Blue Lock just grabs every single how to say that? How Blue Lock grabs every single generic plot point of sports anime, crushes in his hands, and kicks to a goal is amazing. It's lovely. It's the best thing I ever saw. Every character from this anime is a sociopath, and it's amazing just because of that. All of them are just gigantic egotists that wants to be the one to truly shine. They don't care if they will trample over other people's dreams in order to achieve that. Man, this anime was amazing. It's the best sports anime that I ever watched it. I don't know, Argentina winning with the power of friendship and an OP protagonist that is messy. Oh yeah, but we are talking about Japanese people. We know if Japanese soccer, man, Japanese football. For Japanese football to evolve, they don't need the friendship power anymore. They had the friendship power for 20 years thanks to Tsubasa and Inazuma 11. Where that took them? It only took one season of Blue Lock during the World Cup for Japanese people to finally reach the 80 of finals. I don't know how to say that in English, okay? But it took just one season of Blue Lock to make Japanese players actually play decently. Imagine what would happen if they had watched the entire Blue Lock. Japan most likely would have won the World Cup. Just wait for it. Just wait for the next World Cup after Japanese players all have read and watched Blue Lock. Everything will be different, man. You can quote me on that. But yeah, just from the complete destruction of the sports genre and from even the animation, the soundtracks, everything like that. Everything Blue Lock did was amazing. The only problem that I can really point out is how edgy Blue Lock was during the first episode. So it's easy to say how some people would not enjoy it. Maybe the true Blue Lock is being Latino. Maybe. They do make references to Pelé and Neymar in the anime, so maybe. Who can tell? Maybe it is. The next one here is Spy Family. The second season of Spy Family, obviously. I will be the first to say, I know this season was the third ranked anime of the year on the objectively best animes of the year. I know a lot of people love this anime. I know this season had a drop rate below 1 when I got the values for it. But honestly, I didn't really like the season that much. At least not as much as I liked the first one. Because I like it. Let me say like this. I liked the first episodes. I liked everything that was happening during the Bond saga. I liked the 3 episodes that were introducing Bond to the family, the dog. I hated every single thing that was happening in the middle of the anime, and then I liked it when they got to the tennis tournament up into the end. The reason for that is because I really did not like how the anime was being just episodic rom-com thing. I know it's my fault because the premise of the anime is being like that, but I was under the impression that I would get a lot more of action and a lot more of, I don't know, actual plot progressing during the season, which didn't really happen up until the didn't really happen outside of the first 3 episodes and the last 4. So the middle episodes there was no character creation, there was no plot building at all. Some minor things like, oh, this specific scene happened so that later on the encounter with Damian's dad makes more sense or something like that. Yeah, of course, they were kind of building the ground some ways in there, but it was nothing that I really enjoyed a lot watching. There were some episodes that I truly was feeling miserable watching. I need to be honest with you guys in there. I think it's the episode that we had the informant guy trying to get a date or something like that. There were some episodes that I found them funny, but at the same time I was just wondering why the fuck I was watching that. So, as this is my personal list, I will not leave Spy Family in the best. I refuse to leave Spy Family in the best. It's a good anime, I know, but for me, my experience in watching the second season was a little bit more miserable than I wished for it to be. So I think I will leave it here. Yeah, I will leave it just here. I will even leave in space here because I know something else is coming down right now. And I know some people will get mad at me because of that. Now, this second one here. The one that I expect to be the second best, just behind Mob. Chainsaw Man! Mano Serra Elétrica. What I think about Mano Serra Elétrica, Chainsaw Man. This is what I think. Yeah. Chainsaw Man, it was good, okay. I will not be the guy to say no. I will not be the hipster that will say just because everyone liked it, I hated it. No, nothing like that. I did enjoy Chainsaw Man. I thought it was a nice anime. But, and obviously this is made because of the overhype that every single human being made. Even if I was not expecting anything. I watched 13 episodes of this anime. Or 12, I don't remember if it was 12 or 13. You know, it was something like that. But I watched all of those episodes. And I continuously kept staring at the screen thinking, okay, when are we getting to the part where everyone loses their shit because of this anime? Because everything that I watched was really well made, was really well animated, the action was quite nice, I liked the comedy, I liked the morbid humor that they had, I liked how it was independent of the characters, like it was just not caring about any of the characters, like, oh, this character will die now, you like it? Fuck it, he will die, characters die when they need to die, we don't care, yes, the plot goes like that, this is a serious plot, handle it. I appreciate that. But at the same time, I didn't feel like nothing I watched in there was the peak of its own genre. I didn't feel like anything there was the absolute best of anything that I ever watched. Like, most of the plot points that this thing had, I felt like Dorohedoro had made, but better, basically. So I basically, when I was watching Chainsaw Man, I was comparing Chainsaw Man to Dorohedoro. And other than the animation, of course, because if you want to compare the animation from Dorohedoro with this animation, is a complete sin. The animation from Dorohedoro is shit compared to this, of course, because it was entirely made in 3G. Everything else, the dirty comedy, the gory aspect, the feigning, the seriousness of the plot, how characters, when they need to die, they will die, and we don't care, get used to it, bitch, stuff like that. I feel like Dorohedoro basically did everything like that better. And Chainsaw Man is, people treated Chainsaw Man like it's the second coming of Christ, but it's not like we don't have more mangas that are basically around the same genre. I said Dorohedoro, but man, I don't know. I can't really think of anything else on top of my mind. The only one that I can really think is Dorohedoro, that it's basically following the same idea. But yeah, I'm just leaving Chainsaw Man to being the good because I didn't feel amazed by it. I liked it, but I really enjoyed it. It's a solid 8. It's an anime that's a solid 8. And that's it. I don't think it deserves a 9. I don't think it deserves a 10. I think people overreacted about the hype it got. Yeah, I will say like that. I know some people would kill me because I said that. But yeah, I think it got overhyped. It was not amazing, but it was good. And that's why it stayed in the good. I think I can leave it on top of Spy Family. Yeah. And the last one here is Mob, the final season of Mob Psych 100. Do I think the thing is in the place I deserve it to be? Yes, easily. I knew it was deserved to be here because I had read the manga of Mob already. So I knew what the season was bringing to us. And I knew from the start Mob was going to be one of the best of the season, if not the best. And it was easily the best of the season. I guess, to me personally, I still think that Bocchi was better than Mob, but this is a personal choice. Objectively speaking, Mob was probably the best anime out of everything here. I like how I was going to give my final opinions, but I will basically be copying Giga on this. But the final season of Mob is not like a normal final season. It's not like a final season that was made because there was an even greater evil to be defeated or some bullshit like that, or because Mob needed to reach even further places. It was an amazing final season because it managed to bring every character development that we had from the first season up into the first and the second seasons. From every character, from Reagan, from Mob, from Mob's brother, from Dimple, from every single character, even from the dweebs from the occultic club. And managed to close their character arcs and show how they improved since the beginning of the story. and how Mob was part of the improvement, and how they changed the Mob thanks to that. The final season of Mob is amazing, not because of the amazing action and stuff like that. Of course, it also is amazing. But the one thing that is really good about the final season of Mob is how it makes good character developments up into the final moments, and how it managed to close every single character arc that the anime had to the absolute best that they could. Even the villains managed to have a closure during the final arc, during the final battle, let's call it like that. And that entire sequence, I will not spoil it because I know there are people watching that didn't watch Mob. But the final sequence, the final battle that they had to go through, is such an amazing final battle. I don't think any manga or any anime that I ever watched had a final season, a final arc, so good as Mob did. Because it included every character, it included every possible thing that they needed to do, it included every interaction that they needed to have. It was just amazing character building with amazing potential for all of the characters of the story. And that's why I think Mob is really deserving to be here at the top. Now to reorganize the other things we left at the top here. I think Blue Lock goes third, really. I think Bleach will come here. Unfortunately, I wish for Golden Kamuy to be on over the top, but unfortunately I can't really say much since it only had 4 episodes, really. Akiba Mage Sensou will be the last one, and I think Do It Yourself is the top here. So this is the final results of the closure that we needed to have for the fall season of 2022, people. This is my final thoughts. This is how I think the season worked. I know there are some animes that are not here that air during the season that we don't have for the sole reason that when we did the ranking, the animes were not here for some reason. Like, let me see one of them. You were. The Arc Knights anime is not there. I know that we skipped it on the Arc Knights anime. Something else? Actually, I think it was only the Arc Knights anime. Oh yeah, this Berserk thing, but it's here because it was just an adaptation of the movies. I didn't include Human Bug Daigaku here also, even though I added Human Bug Daigaku to the objective worst and best stuff. But Human Bug Daigaku would be over the bad to the trash. More honestly, more close to the bad because the comedy was okay. The only animation that was terrible. Vasrock is there. Reiwa, I didn't include this thing also because I couldn't really judge the anime. But yeah, the final results we got were these. So, what do you think? I feel content with this. I feel like showing exactly how I enjoyed my season. I would love to know what are your personal thoughts about this. If you watch this VOD and managed to get to here, please tell me what you think about this. Tell me what you would move on here. What you think deserves to be in some other places. Other than the Eminence and Shadow and this Sword Sekai, because I know they are here completely because of my own biases. I know people enjoy these animes. Also this one, I know people enjoy this one, but from my own bias, I couldn't bring myself to leave them where they in the higher positions. But I know from objective point of view, these ones were deserving to be higher than this. But to me, specifically, personally, this is how the fall season ended. This is how I enjoy my animes, and this is how everything went. And that's it, really. Let me think. Something else to say before we close this thing. Any final thoughts? Well, I think this final season really was the best season of last year. Like, we can tell, just from looking at the top here, most of the shows were bangers. There are some stuff that I didn't personally like, but I know overall for the entire anime community, this one was a banger season. And I can only imagine how difficult it will be to vote for the Crunchyroll Awards next year, because everything here will be concurring there, most likely. I can only feel sorry for the animes that will air now in 2023, because they will be completely destroyed by the ones that were from 2022. Truly based. Thank you. I know I am quite based myself. But yeah, thank you everyone that came by to watch. If you are new here, I make anime content on the YouTube channel at least once a month. I've been trying to make 2 to 3 times using the streams to cover that. So maybe if everything goes as I plan, we might have 2 anime streams during the month here and a video. Luckily, more than 1 video, but that's the basis we're gonna have. If you want to see more of my content also, oh yeah, of course, if you like the anime content and you enjoy this, consider subscribing to the channel. If you would like to see more of my content, I also stream on Twitch every Tuesday and Thursday. And I really wish I had time to do so on the weekends. I've been trying to figure out how to do that. But yeah, I stream there every Tuesday and Thursday. Okay? Even if your Twitch is not notifying you, I am streaming there every Tuesday and Thursday. At the moment, I'm streaming only Fire Emblem Engage because I want to finish that game soon enough before I get tired of playing it on stream. So yeah, I've been streaming Fire Emblem. If you want to watch that, tomorrow I'll be playing Fire Emblem, and Thursday I will also be playing Fire Emblem. Other than that, I think those were all the messages that I had. About the anime, the next video for the channel, the season in 5 minutes, I am finishing the script. So, with some luck, I will have finished editing this thing by Sunday night, and will come out on the Monday. I will not give any promises, but I think we can get close to that during this week. It will only depend on how well I manage to edit this week, because I will be editing by myself also. So yeah, let's hope that I manage to finish that in a good time. But thank you guys, everyone that came by to watch. Thank you all of my friends that appeared. Also, this was the stream that had more views from the YouTube channel so far. Thank you, everyone. I'm Wiki. I make anime-related content. I hope to see you guys on anything else that I make so far. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday. Now, if you excuse me, my good friends, I will grab dinner because it's almost midnight. And God, I am hungry. But thank you for everyone that came by. Hope you have a good day. And Wiki out. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye.